Hi, I'm Ray.
And I'm Veronica.
And welcome to the Chick Lit Book Club podcast,
where we read a romance novel and then we talk about it. Today we're talking about Of Heists and Hexes by S.L. Prater.
Yay!
Yay!
And then we got it right this time, because it wasn't me saying it. That's why.
No, it was written down this time. That's why.
This is true. Alliteration is hard.
Alliteration is hard, but also the coolest literary tool.
Yeah.
So,
we heart it in this household.
Mm-hmm. We do.
This,
very much.
The CLBC household,
yes.
We do. CLBC HQ.
House of CLBC.
Yes!
But house like H-A-U-S, not.
Like a steak or a potato.
I was thinking like a fashion house.
It's just about as bad as Houses of Gucci. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna. I mean, we're all set up with bad accents, so there we fucking go. There we go.
We have the show has gone off the rails immediately, so we're getting off to a good start.
I'm gonna take the full blame on that one.
I don't know why.
Okay.
So anywho, much like we're still doing like authors you should know, like new-ish authors you should know, and so we wanted to. Last time we had Becca Mack on for an interview. We are going to have S.L. Prater on for an interview, so that'll be coming up later in the episode. Both of them have been extraordinarily gracious and kind and wonderful. So thank you.
Even if I get the names wrong. Yes. I'm a mess, guys. I'm my own car crash angst novel.
After I posted that TikTok about how I wish I'm gay on a frequent basis, I don't understand why I'm straight. So many people were like, I have found my people. And I was like, welcome to the Hot Mess Express.
Although today it's not much of an express. We're a slow moving vehicle. Don't worry about it. And it happens to be on fucking fire.
Not moving very quickly, but we are on fire.
No, I think I've used an analogy of it's not so much like two Maseratis car crash. It's more like two mopeds lilting towards each other with flat tires. Boom, boom. We're gonna crash. Cacao. Oh.
Minimal damage that way, I guess.
Yeah, everyone still gets one of those grape job stickers that smells when you scratch it.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's it should happen every time you have a car crash. You should get a grape sticker.
Yeah, but then they're just going to add that to your bill for the insurance. They're not going to
and
you off the side of the kindness of your
what was 5 cents is actually now $500. Enjoy. Not such a grape job now, is it?
Jesus. It's not even that late yet,
No, it's early for us, for one.
It is.
Yeah.
Which is maybe sad.
Oh, yeah. And I haven't been drinking yet.
Oh,
so
same.
that's
even
Even
worse. This is us sober, you guys. How terrifying.
Yeah, this is me on some regular Coke. Not even Diet Coke, regular Coke.
And normal
and not
Coke
cocaine.
now. Exactly.
Not cocaine.
Not 1950s Coke.
Or the
Coca-Cola from present day.
Cocaine. Cocaine.
Well, we just took y'all on a journey. We are sorry. So, anywho, shall we maybe discuss some bright spots, Ray?
Yes. Go for it. I was just watching you get excited, you're gonna do that. You do the little Shaq thing. You do the little Shaq shoulder thing.
We are such a fucking mess.
Okay. I'm sure the people love just hearing us wheeze.
Ray, tell me something good. Like,
okay, I have two. One very short one, which I divulged to you just a bit ago. I have discovered through the the medium of books. No, just kidding. I've discovered reading the book one of the books I'm going to recommend at the end of the show is that I have been a hater on angst for the longest time. Speaking of the car crash angst. But I have come to a realization, a self-journey has brought me to this point, which is I don't like car crash angst throughout the entire book. I don't. I do not care for it.
Fair.
Do not care for it. However, I love you to take all that car crash angst and make a car crash or make an angst volcano right on the second act breakup. That's what I want.
Okay, that's fair.
I want it to pierce my heart like a stake would a vampire, and that makes the grand gesture just a little bit bigger. And I was like, you know what? I'm okay. I made peace with this. Yeah, I do like some angst.
But also, does it help you to know, like, they will figure it out? This is a romance novel.
Yeah,
you know?
like, yeah.
Well, I'm excited for you and your self journey.
Yeah, it's only taken me 41 years to figure it out, but there you go.
To be fair, I don't think you've been reading romance novels that entire 41 years.
You don't know me.
That's true. Well,
I'm kidding.
The thing is, I do, though. I know you, like, pretty well. I don't know.
I know. And we share a brain.
To you.
Could be. Possibly.
Mama Ray was reading you romance novels when you were, instead of, like, fairy tales.
Nah.
All right, what's your second one?
Okay, so I just before we got on this call, I finished one of the best movies I've seen in a good couple of years. Okay, I sat and laughed my butt off, and I actually teared up at the end. It's called, and I could be behind. It was nominated for an Oscar, so now I feel really stupid. Because everyone's probably seen it, and they're like, "Yeah, Ray, you're dumb." But I just watched.
I'm sure I haven't.
That's why I'm confessing to you because I know you'll know my pain. Is The Mitchells versus the Machines, and it's on Netflix, and it's a cartoon, but it's like I don't know what studio it's out of, but it's so fucking funny. I mean, there were times where I was laughing so hard. I'm like, I've not laughed out loud this much in a long time. But like the lead character, so it's about this weird group, like this weird family that ends up they end up driving across the United States to take the daughter who's gay. You don't know until like you kind of get an idea that she's gay, but like she's got a rainbow pin, and she's really like excited about meeting her college roommate. Her name's Jade, and you're like, oh, I wonder if she's gay. And then by the end you find out that yes, she is, which I was like, I love it. And then but they're driving across country, and at the same time there's a robot apocalypse, so and so they're the only humans that aren't like trapped by the robots, so they have to save the world. And Danny McBride plays the dad. And this guy, the guy who wrote it, also and directed it, does the voice of the little brother. And literally everything that comes out of that kid's mouth, or the character's mouth, I was dying. Like, he can't talk to girls, so he's trying to talk to this one girl, and he literally jumps through a window, and he's like, goodbye forever! I was like, yep. I love this movie. So I would recommend wholeheartedly. I enjoyed it. It made my week.
I'll have to look that up. Olivia Colman did one of the.
Yes, she plays Pal. She's the lead
too.
Yeah, Olivia Colman plays the villain, and Maya Rudolph plays the mom, and the one girl from Broad City, plays Katie, who's the lead.
Oh, Abby Jacobson. I'm looking at the cast. Fred Armisen is in it too.
Yeah, he and oh god, the other guy from Saturday Night Live. Shoot.
Blake Griffin is a robot?
Yeah, he does like one line.
Nice. Michael Rianda, is that who you're thinking about?
That's the one who's directs it, and he's the and he's also the brother. Aaron but there's Mitchell. One that plays Eric. I think it's called. I think that
Eric.
robot's called.
Beck Bennett.
Yeah, I think he's from Saturday Night Live, I believe.
Oh my God, John Lennon and Chrissy Teigen too.
Yes, they play these like super perfect neighbors. It's very funny, guys. I mean, and there's some really sweet. Jay Farrow. Yeah, it's like a very much like the dad doesn't understand her, doesn't understand why because she makes movies, and he just thinks that she's gonna like fail. And so a lot of it is mostly like these two trying to come together and find common ground, and because there's some very poignant, very sweet parts in it, but for the most part, God bless America, it's funny.
What is the rating on this?
Do you mean like I think it's probably PG, I would assume.
Okay.
For the like funny violence, at one point they're in like
rated
this
PG for action, some violent and some language.
Yeah. Okay. They're in this, oh my God, they're in this like Mall of America. I don't want to ruin too much because it's really funny, but all of these appliances start coming after them because they all have like chips in them. They're all smart chipped. And at one point they're trying to defeat all these things. And the brother, he's like, oh, I'm at, all these vacuums are coming after me. And it's all these Roombas.
Oh my God.
And the Roombas tried to go down the escalator, and they keep bouncing, and it just goes, the pain, it hurts. This is a bad idea. And it was, oh my God. I actually recorded it because I said it's my mom, because we make fun of my mom's Roomba all the time. Oh, because I said, perfect. This is literally the dumbest thing I've ever, she'll send me videos of it. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever fucking seen. And, yep. So it's very funny. Totally recommend.
Adding to list.
Yeah.
Okay. From the humans that brought you Spider-Man, from Into the Spider-Verse, and Lego Movie.
Yeah, and that's another one. Spider-Man Multiverse is fucking amazing if you've not watched it.
The newest one, right?
The Multiverse, yes. The cartoon with...
oh, yeah, I've heard really great things about that.
It's fantastic. It's beautiful. What I really like about this animation is like there's so many different styles that are... at one point they go from like... regular CGI, like CG animation, to just regular pictures, like really videos of people, and then some of it it's like looks like it's almost claymation at certain points. Like it's amazing, it's beautiful. So
looking forward to it.
Yeah. So Vanessa Carlton.
Yes, dear. Yes, that is me.
Veronica, tell me something good.
Okay, so my bright spot still is basically being carried over from the last episode, which is the listeners, because we have had the best month that we have ever had before, hands down, and by a lot. Yeah. So like it's just, I'm so appreciative, and like every time I refresh the page, I'm just like, you guys are amazing. You're just so incredible, and having like. We kind of expected the Bridgerton episodes to do pretty well. I mean, like, because of timing. Would we call it a
Bridgerton bump?
Yeah, we call it a Bridgerton bump because like, we expected it to do well, but I did not expect it to do that well and that quickly. And then, like, Consider Me is easily the second fastest growing episode that we've ever had. So I'm just really grateful to every single person who is listening to my voice for inexplicable reasons. We're really grateful.
And I would like to say fuck you, Netflix, and thank you, Netflix. Yeah. Those every time we get a more of a Bridgerton bump, I'd be like, fuck you. I'd be like, thank you, Netflix, but fuck you.
Also, fuck you, Netflix.
I also, the review I wrote this week, I definitely had a burn on Netflix on it. I was so happy about
I saw
it.
That.
I sent Veronica a Insta of the cutest video of Anthony and Kate that pics of Bridgerton, I think, posted, or maybe Netflix.
I think it was pics
and I was
of Bridgerton.
Like,
yeah.
I go, it just makes me sad all over again. It's like ripping it open again. Like, this could have been fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have been.
Okay.
Is what it is.
I have two things for you.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Very excited.
Okay, very.
Very excited.
Very excited. So here's the first one. So this came across my BuzzFeed today, and I was like, I think I've already played it. I will play along with you, but or I'm going to play for you. So you're going to tell me yes or no or which one.
Perfect.
And then
very excited.
So, this quiz is: would you smash or pass these beloved rom-com leading men?
Oh my god! So excited! So excited! Okay.
Okay. Oh, now I've already done it, so now it's like, can we not?
Can you text it to me?
You know what? It's fine, because I'll just tell you, and then you just tell me, and I have it. It's fine. It'll be fine. Maddie from 13 going on 30. Matt Ruffalo. Or Mark Ruffalo. Smash or pass?
Wait, so, like, the character or Mark Ruffalo?
The character. Yeah, it says, also, please keep in mind, we're asking you about the character, not the actor. So it says, so using number 1, for example, we're not asking you to smash or pass on Mark Ruffalo. We're asking you to smash or pass on Maddie from 13 going on 30.
Oh, this is sad. I've never seen that movie. Because I don't really like Jennifer Garner. But I do like Mark Ruffalo, so I'm going to say smash.
73% of people agreed with you.
Okay, well, fair.
This one's a controversial one, and I think current events have made this flip. Oh, no. Alex, aka Hitch from Hitch, who is Will Smith.
Oh,
I know. Pass. I think all of us. Yeah,
that upsets
pass.
Me. Okay.
Yeah. Marcus from Always Be My Baby, who is Park. What's his name?
I know. I mean, I saw the movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. Ugh.
He's adorable. I fucking love him.
He is adorable, but his character pissed me the fuck off. I mean, I'm gonna have to say pass because he infuriated me as a character.
It's okay. Yeah, I saw parts, so I didn't see the whole thing. And yeah, he was kind of a dipwit.
Yeah.
Dipwad? I don't know what I was gonna try to say.
Dickwad? Dimwit.
Yeah, dimwit. Either one. So 57% agreed with you.
Okay, that's like more of a split. All right.
Yeah. And I said, did I tell you that 75% agreed with your Alex Hitch?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Edward from Pretty Woman.
Oh, smash.
I passed.
Oh, fair.
So Smash was 45% people agreed with
okay.
you.
All right.
This one is I don't understand this one because of the okay. Mock Dossie from Bridget Jones's Diary.
Wait. Mr. Darcy, like from Bridget Jones's Diary, like Colin Firth.
Yes, Mark Darcy. Mm-hmm.
Smash hard, like
right, like fucking smash that button. Yes,
what?
Smash the subscribe. 42% agreed with us.
Who are you people?
They're the worst. That's who they are. But here's the other thing. Okay, but how about Daniel from Bridget Jones's Diary? Hugh Grant. I was like, there's no question.
Wait, what did you say?
Pass!
Again, it's hard for me to separate the actor from...
He literally cheated on Bridget in that movie.
Wait, but let's be fair. That does track for me, okay? Like...
Do you like the bad boys that cheat on you?
I have terrible taste in men. We all know this.
But were you going to say smash?
Hugh Grant is kind of like... I don't know. You're right. It should be pass.
38% would have agreed with you with pass.
Okay. Well...
Everyone kind of hates themselves a little bit.
A little bit.
Charlie from Marry Me. I think it's Owen Wilson. I don't know this. Oh, wait. Is that the new movie with... Yes, it's the new movie with...
That's the new movie with J-Lo?
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't seen that. Who has seen that movie?
No one.
All right, listen. He's probably...
He plays a teacher, I think, in it.
I mean, he's probably an adorable goofball. Smash.
Only 18% of people agreed with you on that one.
Cool.
Aaron
update
from
this after I actually fucking see it.
This one pissed me the fuck off.
Uh-oh.
Aaron from Trainwreck, which is Bill Hader. I was like,
I'm trying to like remember the character because it's been a lot of years now. Of course, I love the movie Trainwreck. Wait, smash hard. Like he was a great dude.
Right. Only 27% would have agreed with us on that one. I'm like, it's fucking Bill Hader. I don't care if it's from it. I would still fucking smash. Well,
he plays like the character is really sweet.
Yes, he's okay. Anyhow, Robert from Enchanted.
Have I seen that movie?
It's what's his face, McDreamy.
Oh, well, obviously smash.
Yeah, I said the same thing, even though I don't care for that movie. But yes, 54% agreed with us.
One more spec.
Yeah, this one I think is not going to be a hard one. Harry from When Harry Met Sally.
Oh, okay, that is hard for me because he's kind of an asshole the entire movie. And at the end, he's like, I love the way your perfume, like, is still on my pillow. Like, I just, in the end, like, smash.
12% agreed with you.
All right, well.
I said pass, just because he does kind of treat her like shit through a lot of it. Oh, this one shouldn't even this should be 100%, but it's not. Wesley from The Princess Bride.
Smash hard. That is not a question.
Only 71% said agreed with us.
Who said no?
I don't know. Crazy people. I mean, that's insensitive.
That is
insensitive. People who, okay, who I don't want to know. How about that? Kamali from The Big Sick.
Okay, I have never seen it, but it seemed in the previews that I saw, like, that he seemed like a decent dude.
Yeah, he stays. I mean, like, they're just starting to date
with her when she's sick, right?
Yeah, and they have just started to date.
Okay, then smash. Like,
right?
That's the kind of man. Come on.
Only 30% agreed with us.
Okay, people are so weird.
Yep. Okay. Oh, there was some more. Robbie from The Wedding Singer. This one also pisses me off.
Smash.
Big time. Right? 20% agreed with us.
How?
I don't know.
That scene where he is heartbroken. The scene where he is heartbroken and he plays the song that he wrote at the beginning of it was like when he was still with his fiance, and the end of it is after they broke up. That is my favorite fucking part. That was like, I adore that song. That song played at our wedding.
There's a reason why this fucking movie was made into a musical, guys. Sorry.
Not the angsty song played at our wedding. The one that he sings to her.
Oh, no. Yeah. Right, yeah. No. The one other part I love. The other part I love is where.
Will somebody kill me, please, playing at my wedding. Yes. That sounds like a great plan.
Where, what's his face? Not Julia Gulia, but what's his face?
Oh
What's the guy's name?
What is his name? It doesn't matter. He's a dick.
Steve. I don't know. Oh shit, it's gonna bother me. He shows up at the bar, and the old guy tries to go and hit him.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
sorry, I used to be so much stronger.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What the fuck was his name? Glenn
Gulia.
Yeah.
Wait, her name's gonna be Julia Gulia.
Yep.
What's wrong with that? Nothing. Niles from Palm Springs is Andy Samberg. I've never seen this movie, so I have no idea.
I don't know. I've never seen that movie.
Should we just say? I'm gonna hit smash. It's 41% say smash. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Rob from High Fidelity.
That's John Cusack?
Yup.
I mean, I'm gonna have to say smash.
I went pass. And
fair.
23% agreed with you.
Okay.
Nick from Crazy Rich Asians.
I've never seen it.
I haven't either, but he's very good looking.
Smash.
71% agreed with us. So, how many more? Oh God, how many more of these are there? Okay.
My God.
Okay, so there's only a couple more. Graham from The Holiday, Jude Law.
I mean, smash.
Yeah, great. 67% agreed with us. Then Jack Black's character, Miles from The Holiday.
Also smash.
I actually passed on him.
Okay, fair.
Because he's kind of a douchebag into her in it and doesn't realize until the very fucking end that he's in love with her. 32% agreed with you. Okay. This one should be not hard, guys. It's Jack from While You Were Sleeping. It's
Jack is the brother who is awake, yeah?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Smash hard.
Right? He's doing that leaning thing, leaning. Oh my God, that movie's so good. 37% agreed with us.
Okay, I don't understand.
And finally, Wade from Deadpool.
Smash hard. Are you fucking kidding me?
63%.
Smash every single day and twice on Sunday. Like, what?
I love the first comment underneath this. Why am I even taking this? I'm a lesbian. Also, the second comment is, why are people passing on Mark Darcy from Bridget Jones?
Exactly.
Okay. I don't know if we have time for a card. Do we have time for a card?
Just really quick.
Okay, real quick card. We have this one. We had this. Well, it's this. Okay, fuck it. Here. The Wrangler.
What?
He props her on a sink or countertop. of good height. In relation to his waist, he lifts her up and holds her close to him as he thrusts inside of her. She should hold onto his neck to stabilize her position. However, in this position, he does most of the work.
Hang on, let me see it. Oh, jeez.
So it's like on the counter. It's like fucking
on the counter,
sex.
but she's not laying back. Like it's like a combination of like counter and wall sex.
He does really do most of the work.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's a book. I'm sure there's a book.
I'm sure there is. I feel like there's a really hot like kitchen table or like dining room table scene, and it happened one summer, but I think she's laying down. Also,
I mean,
it's
you could
not
really
full-blown sex. It's oral.
It's really sad that like my brain goes to like pretty much any porn that I've ever seen.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start that fucking Excel spreadsheet of all of the books and sex scenes.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Yep. Because
Okay.
that's not creepy. Anyhow,
not at all.
No,
but don't
no.
worry, I am your designated fry my hard drive if the FBI comes after you die. Like, put that baby in the microwave.
Just rip open the disk drive.
Anybody got a big magnet?
We can go to the library, just go back and forth, in and out the door.
My husband works in IT. I'll be like, hey, how do we quickly destroy a hard drive?
He just goes, he looks at you, turns, he goes, we can't. And you're like, no!
All right, people. Shall we take a brief respite?
Yes. And come back?
And we'll be right back.
Alrighty.
And we're back.
We're back! Okay.
So, tonight we're talking about Of Heists and Hexes by S.L. Prater.
Mm-hmm. Would you like
Very
to...
excited.
Very excited. Would you like to read the summary? Because I just said I can't read.
Yes. Which is not funny if people cannot read. However, since you blatantly can.
I totally can. Yeah.
You read a lot, actually.
Way too much.
Is there such thing?
No,
there's not. Okay. This is Of Heists and Hexes, and this is the first in a series, but there are others in the same world. Mm-hmm. So, and actually SL can probably talk about that a little bit more when we talk to her. All right. I can't tell if you're about to kiss me or arrest me. Sheriff Nottingham should not be enjoying his pursuit of the witch Robin Hood. It's supposed to be a job. Catching the thief, bring her to justice, pursue the next criminal. But the longer their game of cat and mouse goes on, the more he never wants it to end. Nottingham senses Robin is luring him into a political dispute between the king and an ambitious prince, a battle that threatens to destitute the poor in Sherwood. But the sheriff can't risk getting involved. He's already overwhelmed raising his little sister Marian and keeping the people of Sherwood safe, and Prince John isn't an enemy he can afford to make. Robin's alluring use of illusion magic has Nottingham at his weakest. The closer he comes to capturing the witch outlaw, the closer she gets to stealing his trousers. Again. And his heart. Apparently trousers was a hard word for me tonight. The deal is with that.
Because I was like, oh, treasure. Oh, no, trousers.
Trousers.
Trouser.
Jesus, Veronica.
So I'm trying to think of what else
Vanessa Carlton.
I was trying to trying to think of what else we need to add in there for context.
So if you have not guessed, this is a Robin Hood retelling. What else? I mean, that's pretty good. Like, if you know the story of Robin Hood, like, you kind of get what her deal is. You know, like, she's robbing the rich to give to the poor and is clearly an outlaw. Now, the thing that... all right, so SL has created this world that she calls steamy steampunk. And that's like a pretty apt description. It's very there's still, like, there are motor cars, but, like, Sheriff Nottingham in particular does not like them. He prefers horses. It's not like there's any phones.
No, but they do. Like, they have pictures. They have photographs. Because they say at one point, yep, they said on the paper, in the paper, it was in the paper, there was a photo, and I immediately went right. I was like, oh, so they have photographs. So it's like, one of my questions to her is when exactly, like, because Gilded Age, you'd still have.
Yeah, well, you'd have.
Well, like, Victorian Age, you had photos too, so.
Yeah. They would just be expensive as hell. Like, they wouldn't be as readily available to, like, the public. Like, photographers would have them, newspapers would have them, but, like.
Right.
They wouldn't be in the pockets of everyday people.
No. I'm imagining almost like a Harry Potter-esque world. Almost.
Yeah, with, like, the bulb flash and...
Yeah, and, like, that where it's... Because, like, with Harry Potter, like, you could tell... Because they all wear, like, weird clothes that are, like... Is this, is this the turn of the century? Or is this, like, 2008?
Right. Yeah, I think that's fair. One thing that I wasn't expecting is that... And this is not abnormal for, like, a time period that she is channeling here, but, like, it's not normal for us now. So, right. Or at least it's not supposed to be normal for us now. Is that the sheriff? So Nottingham is charged with, like, deciding who lives and who dies, and then has to actually kill the criminal himself, like by hanging.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting that. So, just FYI. And she does include trigger warnings at the beginning.
I think they're pretty thorough, honestly.
They're pretty thorough. The first one was hard. I mean, they were both, there's like 2 instances in particular that are really difficult to get through. And I skimmed the first one because I was like,
and honestly, I think
Jesus.
the way Noah handles it, I think was like, honestly, chef's kiss. I thought it was really
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But
it makes you
and she even says, like, in the trigger warning, like, if you just skip that scene if you don't want to read that, which I totally understand, and it knowing that that's what happens to spur the story along is all you need to know. Like, if you're choosing to skip that because you don't want to read it, which is totally respectable, then you'll know what happens, and therefore you understand why the plot moves where it does.
Yeah. I think probably the only thing you would really need to know, like, is that like the Robin Hood story, you've got Prince John, who's a dickhead, and he's instituted these very high taxes upon everyone. So it's pretty much, at one point she even says, there's like it's like the 1%ers, and then there's people like Noah who live. No, it's Noah Nottingham, who live like comfortably, but still not great. And then almost 80% is destitute. Like, everyone else is like, there's no like lower class. It's just, we're talking like poverty stricken people.
Yeah. Like, can't get enough food for their families.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, Robin has been.
And you see that.
You do. Yeah. And Robin has been poaching to be able to feed. This city in particular was Arm, where most of the witches live. And
also, witches are not, like, held high in society.
No, and
not on the whole,
except for, it's really interesting on this part of the world, they aren't. But if you go over to Kriegspell, and just Kriegspell itself, like, there's cities outside that border, and I forgot what I want to say it's Bullet. I think that's what it's called, that they will kill a witch if someone comes in their town. But Kriegspell itself is, you have the priests who are, they're sort of like they're magic users themselves, but they stick to like spells and like book learned spells. Like, they don't use a lot of the witches have witch ink. And they put witch ink all over themselves. That's how they use that's how they use their magic. And so, Lorelei is the island to which, like, pretty much that's where the empire is. And so it's a little bit freer there. and because there's a witch queen on the throne, and I believe, and I'm probably wrong, as I've not read the first 3 books, the Street Witch series, but I think that's the king and queen. I think, or
okay.
I believe, and how that all ends up. But they're all in the same world, so. Well, we do a little thing on this show called the Compliment Sandwich. So, if you are new,
welcome.
Thank you. And what a compliment sandwich is we start something we like, so that's the top bun. Then we move on to the meat, which is something we maybe didn't like as much. And then the bottom, we try to end it on a high note with another positive, the bottom bun. So, Veronica.
This is always the part where I get hungry.
I know. What a sandwich.
Yes, dear.
Give me a pro.
Okay. So my top bun is the magics, plural, in her world. Because they're so like, let me see if I can find a quote. I have a bunch, but like I didn't write them down. The magics in her world are, admittedly, I have not read like a ton of witch romance, but the way that she writes the magic is fascinating to me. I love that there's like an aura of sorts. There's like a color that their magics take on, and that like there's he describes hers as being like yellow.
Yeah.
And how it like might take a shape, or it might
smells like cinnamon.
Yes, it smells like cinnamon, how it might like hover near her and it might take a shape like as it comes off of her body, and like how it wraps around him. Like I just really loved the way that that she went about building that aspect of the book. And of course, there are others in this world that I have not read, but it was different to me. And so I really enjoyed reading more about like how they cast spells, because it's not Harry Potter like you're not.
No, you don't have a wand. You don't have
a wand. You're not
Expelliarmus trousers.
Right, exactly. Trousers. But like
Accio trousers.
But there's like powder involved, and she always talks about the complexity of things and how you might have to like give up something or sacrifice something. Magic is about give and take, and it's not like free per se, and so you need to give up something in order to cast a spell. It was just fascinating. I'm trying to find like, let me search. Hang
on. I've got one that's talking about the saints and the spirits. The magics that favored her wrapped his wrist and tickled his palm. They warmed against his skin. The light aura of the yellow he'd seen earlier brightened around her briefly before fading from the sight. The scent of cinnamon strengthened his nose. On the island, they call them holy spirits. The great spirit Sidra gifted the star to guide the lost. She turned his hand over, tracing lines in his palm. I've always favored Sidra, her stories as well as her ritual magic for casting spells. Are you lost then, Robin? ... We're all a little lost sometimes. Sidra guides me when I feel uncertain.
So there's this part where she's fishing, and so he joins her like on the bank. He scooted in close and laid a hand behind her back, near enough his arm touched hers. He felt her shiver. Her magics brightened, a yellow to rival the sunrise. They fell over him as comforting as fresh linens, and he sighed contentedly. She considered him over her shoulder. Your magics have a brilliance to them, a glow. They cling to you. It makes your pale skin luminous. It's lovely, Noah. It's just so sweet. I just love the way that she describes them. They're just like... She reached for his chest but didn't touch him. Yellow magics pooled in her palm. He felt the essence brushing warmth against his skin. His back bowed, leaning into the sensation. Very sensitive, she said. Our bonding magics are going to be difficult on you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to say, she, having read a large number of like witchly romances and witchly fantasy novels, I have to say hers are the best. The magic is very well defined. I can see it. I could imagine it. Like, it was vivid in my mind. Yes, yeah, and it's like every time he talks about cinnamon, it's almost like you can smell it. And it's.
I swear I was smelling cinnamon this week.
Just
haphazardly, I swear.
Yeah. I agree. And so my pro is actually very similar. It's the world building itself. Like, I have just loved this world that she's built up. She actually posted this week a map of the whole, her Insta, the whole world. Yeah. And and again, I need to go back and read Street Witch. But I fell in love with the witches in The Secret Witch and the Wicked Witch. And I'm not, maybe it's the Catholic in me that was like, or the Catholic upbringing where I was like, fucking priests, what?
I know, yeah.
But then, it also messed with my priest kink that I have, so it was eating into, it was like feeding into that. So, yep. So, I mean, it's interesting because you have that dichotomy between like the different worlds.
I looked up the map. Oh, fascinating. Okay, go ahead. Keep
going.
Yeah,
no, it's all right. So you have the different like areas of the world and how they do treat witches different. Now, the other thing that they kind of she touches on a little bit in this book, but very much on The Secret Witch is witches are pretty much like it. Priests can have a harem of wives, and really the witches can have no say in it whatsoever. So he can take a number of different wives. And like in this book too, like she talks about how women have literally no say. Like if for some reason Robin's caught, she can just be paired off. Right. And that's why
which is his greatest fear. Like he doesn't that or like being hanged. Like
yes. And at some point I think she's heading towards being hanged before then being married. Married off. And I think that's what was so palpable in Secret Witch is because, and I know I've talked about this on the show before, but she's so upset because Anna finds herself in this marriage already. Like she finds herself, that was what she told David from the beginning when they started conversing because it was going to be an arranged marriage. She's like, I don't want to be married. I don't want to be paired. And you find out like 3 months, she's, at the very beginning of the book, she's 3 months into being paired and she's angry. And so you've got this world where you can only hope that the more these books go is you see a light, you see a light at the end of the tunnel for these women who have, which in all honesty, they have the power to fucking kill all the men if they really want to.
Oh, for sure.
And some point I want to be like, rise up, rise up, like.
Get Hamilton up in here.
Oh, yup. But yeah, the world building itself, it's great. And I did find it's really interesting that we talk about photos. There's 2 instances of photos in here. So the first was the first were gone from the image, as were his trousers. Noah laughed. Robin had added another message. Much better. The following week, a photo of Prince John dominated the front page of the paper. Noah attempted to read with his breakfast. The prince was dressed in finery, black hair cropped short and parted to the left. The hunter green sash of his Stygian royalty cutting across his breast, which is, he frowned into the camera. All hard lines, thick furrowed brows and unkind gray eyes. Under the heading, a call to change. It's really funny because I had told you at one point that I was like, I had stuff on while I was working this past weekend, and one of it was 15 hours or 15 installments of more than 15 hours of Simon Schama's History of England, and I had just gotten to the part where it was like the historical Prince John, King John, and Richard the Lionheart, and Eleanor of Aquitaine, and and so it was like, oh yeah, it just kind of like it was very interesting that's where I was at, and then started reading this book. I'm like, oh, because they talk about how, like, you know, obviously there was somebody who was sort of kind of like historically like a Robin Hood, but not, you know,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's my top one. The other one was
I like it.
Let me be clear on that, because apparently in Station, all you need to do is confuse the issue, is commission a few brooding photos seated on a throne, and then impoverish the land with taxes. Yeah, it's you know, she's done some good work here.
Yeah, for sure. There were a lot of things that I could have chosen. It was hard for me to choose.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we talk about meat then?
Yes. Go for it, girl.
Okay. The only thing that bothered me about this book was that I felt like it ended rather abruptly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the climax of the book.
And it's short. The book is short. So.
Yeah, it's shorter than, let me see here. It's 233 pages.
Yeah.
So it's not like particularly long. It felt fine. Mm-hmm. Like in terms of pacing, it felt like everything was great. It was just that I wanted a little bit more of like... especially of like
the epilogue. I could have...
I could have handled a lot of epilogue. But like we get to the point where like the shit is hitting the fan.
Yeah.
Which you know is coming. I mean, like, and there's foreshadowing to it. You know, like, you know it's coming. It's been building. But then, like, I remember looking... it must have been like... God, I'm trying to think of, it's like, it's so fast. Literally, so at 93% is when things start hitting the fan.
Yeah.
And I was like, how is this going to get wrapped up? Like,
and it does, but it's like,
it does. It's just quick. Like, it literally says, when I'm looking at it right now, it says 22 minutes left in book. And I'm like, what the
Yeah.
And it does get wrapped up, and it's wrapped up nicely. Like, I liked the ending. Mm-hmm. It just felt quick.
It felt like an episode of a TV show where we still have to go, because it was like all of the stuff, like it led sort of kind of into each other, but not really. So that was one of my things, is like, I think she's got so much to say here, and so much that she wants to build out, and I'm wondering, like, part of me is almost like, maybe don't even throw the epilogue on there. Maybe we just have it, not a cliffhanger, but we just don't know how the end. So this next book is going to take us, like, we'll start at this point and move on, because it seems like there's so much in between.
Like a duet or something.
Yeah, that I was like, okay, but how? Like, not how, but I'd like to see these bits and pieces in between, you know? Like, so, and there's bits and pieces going towards the ending that I'm like, okay, I want more of that. I want more of that. I want more of that.
Yeah.
So no, I'm the same way. I think, like, part of me is like, I'd like to know more about the magics, but I think that's my own fault, because I need to read Street Witch. But I think I'm 100% on with you on this one. Like, I just could have used a little bit more of pretty much everything in this book. And I think, honestly, I said that when I wrote my review, was I want more. I want to know more about this world. I want to know more about, like, but yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Not a bad con when we want more from it.
Right. It's like kind of like, I feel bad even saying it, you know, like, it's because I loved this book. It was so good. I wanted more. That's all.
Yeah. Hey, not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah. So now we move to the Bataman.
Okay. All right. It's kind of, I sort of have two. Okay. So one is that I was very pleasantly surprised, and I don't, like, that sounds bad, but here's what I mean. I'm not necessarily always a fan of, like, retellings like this. Like, this is a Robin Hood story. This is a Cinderella story. This is, like, I'm just not always a fan of that. But I obviously was on board with reading this book. It sounded interesting to me. Like, you know, yay, witches. All for it. And then, of course, you had read the previous book, it was something of Creeksville.
Wicked Witch and Secret Witch.
Okay. So you had read those and you really liked them. And so I was like, yeah, I'll happily give this a shot. Mm-hmm. So I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed this book. Mm-hmm. Like, I would tell anyone that maybe feels the way I do, where you don't necessarily love the retellings of things. Mm-hmm. This is 1000% worth a shot. And then my other one is the Enchanted Notes.
Oh my God! Yes.
God.
Yes.
Because like you get the epistolary like thing that we love so much.
But there's banter too, so you get fucking banter.
There's banter in it, and there's drawings. And
yeah, there are drawings. Also, I want to see those drawings.
Did you see she posted a drawing of
Robin?
Of Robin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Also, I did look at the map, and it's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, the artist, I give her credit, but
oops. I think she tags her in the post. But yeah, they're incredible.
Yeah.
With the gears and the rope and everything.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Yep.
I don't want to talk too much about the notes because I want people who read it to like
enjoy them.
To enjoy that.
Yeah, because
get any.
Well, and a lot of them kind of give a lot away too. Mm-hmm. So, well, I'll just jump into mine because
yes, please do.
And it's really funny because I'm going to say this, but I'm not going to give anything away because I don't want to give anything away. But so first is I love when a hero falls first, falls hard. Love it!
I'm cheering. No one can see it, but I am cheering.
I love it. I'm this new trope. I'm fucking in love with it. I love this where the hero is like just either it's enemies to lovers and he realizes it first and realizes he's got to find a way to make her love him. That's not here, obviously.
No.
Like, but and something else
happens. There's certainly an element of enemies to lovers, like they're on opposite sides of the law.
And he works through like that's one of his internal struggles that he has, and he keeps saying we're on different sides, but like he just can't stop himself. Yeah. But then we find out something else that like a little later into the book that we're like, oh, okay, which not gonna spoil, but the veracity. Yeah, that's what I was like. I'm trying to think of this. Not ferocity. Trousers. Veracity to which he falls in love with her and is like possessive and not in a way where it's like creepy. Like it's not like in some of those alpha books. So it's like where you're like, okay, this is like, and he says my woman a lot, and I'm like, usually that would bother me, but for some reason it does not in this book, and maybe because she's her own chick and she can fucking do it herself. Yeah, like she and at times pretty much tells him. Like, there's a couple times where he thinks that he has arrested her. And guess what? He hasn't.
He has not.
He has not.
He has not.
But yeah, for me, it is. And I mean, I could say Noah in general. Noah's a good dude. Like,
yeah, he is.
There's a couple scenes where, like we've already mentioned, he has to hang people, and you feel so awful for him in those moments. And like, as I was saying earlier, there's one scene I was texting with Veronica earlier. I said the scene where it's not so much the person, it's the conversation he has with the
boy. The boy or the dad?
No, the dad. The conversation he has with them, and like a little bit of remorse, but mostly you feel for Noah in that instance, and how
I think the father was just faking it.
Yeah, it could be, but I mean, like personally, like for me, it was all Noah. Noah. This is what Noah has to see every day, and this is what I mean. And there's another point where he has to shoot somebody. And he doesn't want Robin. And like, there's a couple times where he's like, "Robin, don't look. Please don't look."
Well, he tells Robin to leave. Yeah. At one point, and she doesn't, because she says, "I didn't want you to have to be alone."
Yeah. And in one of their notes, I'm not going to, but one of their notes after a certain issue comes up, and she writes him, and she's like, "Are you okay?"
Mm-hmm.
And
she understands the burden of
yeah,
that
yeah,
and how it weighs upon him.
So so there's a scene where he's chasing her. And she says, "Your friends cheered me when I gave chase. Why?" And "I'm wearing a mask. You've given me a sign of affection, the Sidra star, and now you're chasing me." Her feet padded on the grass, rustling the underbrush, drawing nearer. "You don't know anything about witches, do you?" It flustered him, not being able to see her. He squinted, knowing it wouldn't. And just, like every time she comes to him or he finds her, she's pretty much invisible, but she speaks to him in his ear. Mm-hmm. Like projects her voice in his ear. Mm-hmm. Knowing it wouldn't help, but he strained his eyes all the same. "I know very little. This is a mating game. A lover chases their witch through the woods to excite her magics. It's exhilarating." Noah's heart kicked against his ribs. "Mate," he breathed. The words tasted deliciously decadent rolling off his tongue. "It's so exhilarating. I need to take my clothes off," she says, and her husky voice had him reaching for her. "The other witches were encouraging you to catch your woman." Mm-hmm. This book is also hot, FYI, guys.
It is.
There's a little bit of bondage. There's a little bit of bondage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some oral sex that is, whoa,
incredibly.
That's sort of dirty. Like just that was like perverty the way I just laughed.
How do I say this?
That thing you see in porn.
It's spicy.
It's spicy. Spicy meatball. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Same brain. I was thinking it.
Yeah. So and because it's a shorter book, I don't want to say too much because there's a lot to ruin, and I don't want to ruin anything.
Right.
So
yeah.
I mean, you can easily tell that we liked it, obviously. So.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah. In that same vein, would you recommend this book?
Oh yes, 100%.
Samesies.
Would this book embarrass our moms?
Up until the last 30%, no.
Yeah, yes, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. Like if you stop around 70%, it's probably okay.
FYI, guys, the sex really doesn't happen until later in the book.
Yeah, it's like the last quarter of the book.
Yeah. And but I mean, you get your money's worth.
Wasn't sad about it.
No, I was not. Okay, so do we do Hearts of Stars and Bars? What else I say the other day? History, not heritage. The one time it's actually heritage, not history.
Okay, so let's discuss do you want to do ratings first?
Yeah, let's do ratings first.
All right.
All right, so we have a rating system on this podcast, which is
indeed.
Hearts and Eggplants. Hearts being how romantical was this book, and and then our eggplants. Well, we'll get to eggplants in a second. So throw some hearts at me, baby.
Okay, so I found the magic to be quite romantic. Mm-hmm. And for things that I don't want to say because I don't want to give them away.
Yeah.
I found this book to be quite romantic.
I did too. Yeah.
So I said 4 because it felt really just so sweet to me.
I agree because then you'll find out things from what's Robin's been doing that are are extremely sweet.
They're just very sweet.
They're sweet together. I agree. I co-signed.
Okay.
Eggplants.
Do you want to hit me in the face with some eggplants?
I do. So, eggplants. We rate them 1 to 5. 1 is like a Hallmark movie, and 5 would be like straight out erotica.
Yeah.
I mean, and it still has a plot, but it's, pretty explicit, I would say.
Quite explicit.
Quite explicit. So, hit me in the face. Oh, do you want me to hit you in the face with some eggplants?
Yeah, hit me in the face with some eggplants.
I'm going to say 3. I don't think it was, like, crazy, but those pieces that are steamy. Steamy steampunk.
Yeah, she's not wrong. Steamy steampunk. I said 3.5 because, like, there are a couple. There's teasing.
Yeah.
So, like, when it finally happens, like, you get a payoff,
Yeah.
because it's been building.
Yeah, and you get some dirty talk too, which I'm all there for.
It's just fine. Just fine.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, what he's gonna do if she doesn't stop talking. I'm sorry, I went there in my head. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Let's do soundcasting.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
We will pull our minds from the gutter for a brief
mine's
respite.
constantly in the gutter.
Yes.
Same.
How many did you do?
I just did the 2. Did you do more than 2?
I did 4.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm here for all of those. Okay.
Do you want me to do the 2 that you did not do?
Yes, please do.
Okay. So I did Marion.
Oh, we don't talk about Marion a lot. Marion is so cute. Marion is
very
adorable.
Cute. She's very bright. I actually don't remember what color her hair was.
It's red.
Mm-hmm. It's red.
It's
okay.
red.
Well, hair dye exists.
It does. It does.
Or wigs or whatever. Because when I was reading it, like this specific child came to mind.
Okay.
And the same with Little John, which is why I also cast him. Otherwise, I would not have.
Okay, so this is Marion?
Yes, this is Marion, in my mind, anyway. Now I cannot remember her name.
Oh, where's she from?
Awesome. She is in a movie called The Turning with the kid from Stranger Things.
Oh, she's adorable.
Isn't she so cute?
That little red dress, she's so cute.
Yeah. Mackenzie Davis, is that her name?
No, oh no, I don't know.
I think so. Hang on.
Maybe.
Ugh, I'm the worst. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Mackenzie Davis is the chick from Walking Dead who played the lead in it.
Oh, okay. Yes, you're right. Her name is Brooklyn Prince.
She's so cute.
Yes, isn't she adorable?
She's a cute little kid. Yeah, I can totally see that.
Yeah, well, especially in The Turning, like she's very bright and sweet, like Marion is. Mm-hmm. But
well, that one with the red dress, her hair is a little reddish in that picture.
Yeah. Again, like wigs exist, but yeah, her hair definitely has a red tint.
That one you just said, she looks like an adult, like very much an adult. Like
I know, it's ridiculous.
And Marion is very like astute.
She is extremely
intelligent. Like she,
Brooklyn herself is not even 12.
Wow.
Literally, she will be 12 on May the 4th.
Well, when they make this movie in the next year, there we go. Mm-hmm. I enjoy.
Yeah, she's adorable.
I also
really
want
like
that
her.
dress. Even though it's made for a child. I want that dress.
Yes. Do they make that in an adult size? Okay. And then Little John, you might get a little upset about this.
Oh, no.
And I am sorry.
It's never good when you have a disclaimer. I mean...
I know, but just hear me out, okay?
Okay, I'm hearing you.
Because this actor plays a douche nozzle very well.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And I want to preface this by saying that I love the actor himself. Okay? It's just that I know he can play a total dick.
Okay, before we say, isn't Little John black?
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, good for me. Good for me. Is he?
I'm pretty sure because he says
I don't know.
He's because he says the skin was color of umber.
Oh, I totally missed that.
But that's okay.
Good for me.
I'll take it. I mean, it's we're whitewashing the character.
We are. God, we're terrible. I'm so sorry. I cannot remember his name. He plays Jamie on Ted Lasso.
Phil Dunster. Mm-hmm.
Phil Dunster. Okay.
Yeah. I love him. He seems like in real life like the nicest guy.
I think the reason I thought of him was because he talked, maybe it was the councilman who had like a severe part, like a side part.
Oh yeah, that's King John.
Yeah, so that's why. Well, wait. Prince John, yes, like he has a severe side part.
Wait, were you saying Little John or Prince John?
Oh, I meant Prince John. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, because Little John is black.
Different.
Different.
No, I'm thinking about
Prince John.
Prince John.
Because then I was like, wait, how is he a douchebag? Okay, no, 100%.
Does that make sense?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Yeah, no, I did not cast Little John because he wears a mask the whole time. Like you didn't even really know what his face looks like.
No. Oh my God, Phil Dunster is hot.
Prince John. Yes.
Also, there's a picture
it was the severe side part that like did it for me because like there's part of that like his face just popped into my mind.
And I had to laugh because I think I sent you and possibly our friend Lee a text one day that was like, I have the same haircut as Jamie Tart. It's because I had a dream about Jamie Tart. I had a dream about Jamie Tart. I also sent you a picture that was underneath Jamie Tart's picture.
Hang on.
But no, I would.
Yes, attractive.
Yeah,
Lasso.
I totally. Yes, he is. God, he's so pretty.
Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad. All right, shall we turn the floor to you? Would you like? So you did.
Let's do
Robin.
Let's do Robin first. We always do the ladies first because we save our book boyfriends for the end.
Okay. Fair.
So I picked. So I went off of.
Anyone is going to be wearing a wig.
Possibly not.
Oh, okay.
So I went with olive skin. I was like,
yes.
I immediately went to someone who was biracial.
Okay, fair.
And I picked this person who I have seen with white hair before.
Oh.
Because the character she played had white hair. And it is Alexandra Shipp, who played Storm in X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay, so yeah, I was thinking like clearly someone who played Storm.
Yeah.
That was literally where my mind went.
Yep.
You were like,
yep.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
She's very pretty.
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually liked her because it's either her, it's like her or Halle Berry, and like who's the better Storm? I'm like, well, I did like this Storm because it's like before Storm, and the one in Apocalypse is before Storm turns into a good guy. So, excuse me. And so she's just beautiful. She's got this big, beautiful smile. She's, she's gorgeous. And I have a picture of this with long hair, so she could, but she probably, if she were to have actually healthy hair that's like long and that white or silver, it would be a wig.
Probably.
Yeah. That is my Robin.
Okay, I like it. Okay, so Robin, like I actually don't know how tall she is, but I pictured her as like little.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly because she's just running around in the woods all the time.
Yeah, like a little sprite.
Yes, exactly. Like a little fairy, a little bit. Yeah. Even though I'm fully aware that she is a witch, classified as a witch. I went with this actress who is tan with like olive tones and tiny. Just tiny.
She is tiny.
Yeah, I chose Sarah Hyland from Modern Family.
Oh, okay. That's where she's from. Okay.
Yeah, and this I kind of thought was like...
with this
last picture I'm sending you, I thought was like very Robin Hood.
That paper bag pants, I want those. I also want to look like her.
Yes, same, obviously.
With the hat on?
Yes, with the beanie on.
Look how tiny her fucking legs are.
Yeah, I know. She's very tiny. She also has like any number of autoimmune disorders and needed a kidney transplant.
Geez Louise. Okay, that's probably why she's that thin. Okay.
And she has like, if you watched Modern Family like in real time, you could see her shifting.
Because wasn't she not heavy, but she was like she had baby fat. Like
she had like moon face for a while. And I think it was she has an autoimmune disorder.
Well, and she was a teenager, so like she's growing out of being a kid.
the middle child too, the woman who plays Alex, same kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
You know, if you're on a show when you're a teenager, like, you're bound to be changing. Oh, here's another one. I really like this one. I just
like
think
that
Sarah
her and her
Hyland
boyfriend had
so
the same
adorable.
hat on.
Yep, they do.
She's really
just
pretty.
adorable. But one other thing I really like about Sarah Hyland is that she so she had a kidney transplant, and a lot of times, apparently, when that happens, is that you get like a fupa. Now, I have a fupa, and most women do. However, like, this is something that is like very common with people who have kidney transplants, and she's a great singer, and she performed live and wore like a bodycon dress and did not wear Spanx, and she like posted a photo of it because she was like, I was so nervous to not wear Spanx because like my fupa was hanging out, and like it just really freaked me out, but I did it, and I'm glad that I did it, and like I was happy for her to be able to like feel okay with doing that.
Well, also, if she's been that thin, because I think everyone focuses, and rightly so, on people who like have body issues who are heavy, but there are plenty of people who are extremely thin, like this person, who probably have body conscious issues because she can't, she has health issues, and so people are probably like always like, you're too skinny, you need to eat something.
Yeah, I mean, there have been she's had a lot of negative press regarding like, you're too thin, you're too thin, you're too thin.
I'm just like, I'm sorry, that's my body. Like, you just like, so I think it goes both ways, and I'm sure like part of it is like, she probably didn't want people to look at her that way, but part of it had to be like, I would assume, a little bit freeing for her. It's like, look at now, I finally, like, I'm healthy. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yay,
also, like
it.
This is why we don't talk about what people's bodies look like in my household.
No, besides the fact that it's no one's fucking business.
Right, exactly. It has literally no bearing on your life.
No. I mean, I can always wish I looked like that person.
Oh,
but
yes,
that's also
but I
like,
do not voice that to my daughter, who would internalize that. No, thank you.
I also, you and I are also having, for me, 40 years, also been 30 years for you, of having this shoved in our face. Like, so, kudos to you for raising a child who will not be in that sort of environment and not have this shoved down their face. Yeah.
I mean, it will be shoved in her face, but like, she'll have a safe place at home.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we discuss Noah?
Do you want me to go first?
Yes.
I
kind of already know who you chose.
You know who it is, so it's just me sending you hot pictures of it. Then here's one.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, here's one. Just him with longer hair in a field. Here is one.
Just opened it twice out of exuberance.
Here's one with him in a kilt. Here is two other pictures of him without shirts on, because. Why the fuck not? I mean...
There is nothing wrong.
Nope. He's one of my people, guys. He is Scottish, and it is Sam Heughan. I'm going to say Heughan. From Outlander. Outlander, we've got your woman! That's Children of the Corn. Yep. He's attractive. He also has red hair. Sometimes, I mean, like, sometimes it's like a little, they must dye it, because sometimes it's not as red, and sometimes they put so much red in it looks fake. But he has I'm gonna objectify the shit out of this man. He is got a beautiful fucking body that I want to kiss every moment of it, or every piece of it, possibly bite his butt. That's going to be my new thing. I'm going to bite his butt. Not as much as I want to bite Jonathan Bailey's butt, but... Yep.
Like,
He's got cum gutters. This one picture is like, it's all cum gutters. That's all it is. Like, literally, you can almost see the top of his pubes in that one with the kilt.
Yeah. It's the veins for me.
Gutters. Yeah. Oh, his arms. Yeah. Okay, so tell me who your Noah is.
Oh my god. Okay. focus, Veronica. Jesus.
I mean, he's got like where like with that when they've got the chest muscles where it's actually it almost looks like it's being like pulled apart. Oh. Pecs.
I'm not a bad person. Okay. All right. I've never watched this show.
FYI, I've never watched Outlander either, so there you go. I hate Outlander, guys. I hate it.
I've also never read the Outlander books.
No, I hate that too.
Now, I probably would watch this show. However, I have not, largely because, like, it's about high school kids. Like, I don't know.
This show? Oh, side note, real quick. You want us to read Outlander? We got a Patreon. You can sign up for a Patreon.
We'll read it.
We'll read
Outlander.
It. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
I know who this is. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So this dude, I think he's from New Zealand.
Oh, really?
Yes. His. You're welcome for that last one. I do not believe has natural red hair.
No, that is the worst dye job I've ever seen.
Yeah, but I also I kind of don't care because actually, if you look at the cover of
Agreed.
Of Heists and Hexes, it's sort of. You know what I mean? Like the red and the way that it's like.
No, agreed.
Just fits for me. Anywho, so he is from Riverdale and his name is AJ Appa.
Yeah. I'm still staring at that last one.
KJ Appa. Did I say K or A?
You said A, but that's all right. Appa. I was looking at his cum gutters, so don't worry about it.
Uh-huh.
How many guys do you think wear regular boxers?
Okay, so I have asked Mr. Veronica this on multiple occasions because I'm always like, don't you want to try and rein it in a little bit? You know? Like... Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, because it's like, it seems to be like tidy whities have gone the way of...
Thank fuck. I mean, just think.
Believe me, I've watched in the last so many months, I've watched enough 80s movies, 80s horror movies to see enough tidy whities to last me a lifetime. But yeah,
the worst kind of underwear.
Yeah.
I mean, boxer briefs with like, I've asked many times, like the theory of various forms of underwear.
Oh my God. I have to send you this clip from Walking Through History where the guy was in, I can't remember, but he was in Tudor time. It's Tom Robinson, and he was over, and he's in England, obviously, and he was going back, like going through like Tudor jobs and stuff like that. And one of them was the clothes. They literally had cod pieces built into the men's pants, like underwear, and it was like, and it just looked like they would. I mean, you talk about like building it up, make it look like they had some big old junk. I mean, it was sticking out like this far.
When I look at ballet dancers, I'm like, how are you dancing with that cup?
Oh, because they've got their dance belt.
Well, I know that.
Tucks it right in there. Well, you know, there's you can get stuffed ones. You can get like ones that make it look like you've got bigger junk than you.
Of course there is.
Of course there is. Yeah. Because they're men, and they gotta feel like they got huge ass dicks. But yes, KJ Appa is nice. That's the other question I had for SL is like, who is drawing her covers? Because I love every cover that she has.
Yeah, they're really
gorgeous.
Great. Mm-hmm.
God.
I wonder if it's in the acknowledgments or anything. I didn't look. Sometimes, a lot of times with the I don't see any. A lot of times with ARCs, you don't necessarily get like all of it.
All the acknowledgements. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. I'm all hot and bothered.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I wondered if he was American or not. Okay,
nope.
So our Pinterest. Wow. Our Pinterest is literally just all pictures of Jonathan Bailey now.
It's not.
I mean, I'm not upset about it. For some reason, Jonathan Bailey, Rihanna, and Haley Steinfeld. I mean, fine. I'm fine with all of that.
I'm not sad.
No. But
With some random photos of that dude from the Nashville Predators.
Yeah, Sidney Crosby. Yeah. Oh my God, Jonathan Bailey. I want to grab his ears. Yeah. Those cute stick out ears. I want to grab them. They're like handles.
So cute.
Again,
really
and like we've said, has no interest in us whatsoever. But that is completely fine. He can just.
He cares not for my WAP.
No, I do like how he says Willie though. That makes me laugh.
Yeah, that is really funny.
Anyhow. Okay, so we're going to take a break.
Yeah, a brief respite. We will leave you, and well, technically we will be right back because this is where we are going to insert our interview with SL Prater.
Yeah, so we will be back in more than 2 and 2, but I mean, 20 and 20.
And welcome to the interview portion of this podcast. We are fortunate enough to welcome author S.L. Prater tonight.
Yay!
Yay!
Hello. Thank you for having me.
We are super excited you're here.
Moving closer to the microphone. That would help. Okay.
Mess.
I am professional. Okay.
We're super professional. So if anyone is new to Stephanie is the S in SL. She shares her Indiana home with 3 wild little girls and a husband so handsome he makes everyone else look like a potato. Understandable. She fills her time reading fiction, eating tacos, and serving her community as a child welfare social worker. On the side, she loves writing fantasy stories about strong, mouthy witches, their mischievous use of magic, and dirigibles full of romantic tension. Did I say that word right?
You did. Good job.
Oh my God. Wow. Good for me. It must be that master's degree. Anywho, we have some questions for you. Do you have anything you would like to say before we get going on our questions?
No, go for it. I'm ready.
Perfect.
I've got my wine. I'm ready.
Yes. Okay. So first and foremost, what is your bright spot for the week?
So this week I am the mother of like you just read, 3 little girls. And we just went to a spring fling and I just got to watch them hunt Easter eggs this morning.
Oh,
and there's something really fun and funny about watching kids just go at it with Easter eggs, you know? So that's probably my bright spot for the week. And then I will also say that this is a bright spot for me because I've been extremely excited to talk to you guys. So.
Oh, yay. So sweet.
I get a question about the eggs. Were they like regular eggs or those plastic ones with like the coins inside or whatever, you know?
Candy or something?
Candy, yeah.
They're definitely the plastic ones.
The plastic ones?
You know, goodies and chocolate and whatnot.
Yes.
Delicious. Also, then if you miss one, one is not like just going bad, rotting in your yard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or you have to, finding it later. Mm-hmm. There's an excellent Bob's Burgers about that. Anyhow. But we are very excited to have you on. So yay.
We are super stoked. So we're glad to hear that you are also excited. Otherwise, this would be awkward.
Okay, so go
for it.
Okay, the next one is mine because we okay. We do stunt casting on our show, as you know. We recorded who we cast as Noah and Robin, and so who would you cast and why is it Sam Huebman?
It is 100% Sam. It has to be. I can't think of anyone else it would be. He's got the red hair. He's got the bod. He was an Outlander and he's awesome. Which, interesting, fun fact about Sam. Apparently he just came out with his like own brand of tequila.
Ooh.
I guess it costs like $100 though.
Oh.
Which is, $95 more than what you and I are drinking right now. Too rich for my blood, Sam. But.
Oh, yeah. You keep that up there with the Crystal Skull vodka from Dan Aykroyd. Bye-bye. Yeah, no, we're good. Have you seen his show where he wears a kilt and goes across Scotland?
So I read the book Outlander, but I've only seen like bits and pieces, and I will blame my children for, depriving me of adult television with all of their Descendants and, Dr. stuff and stuff. They've stolen good TV from me, but I have seen enough that I know who we're talking about. And
yeah. Him in a kilt driving across Scotland with some old Scottish guy. Perfect. Although we're gonna break this to you now. We did say that neither of us like Outlander. We haven't read the books. We don't, nor the movie, or the show. And we said literally the only way that we'd read it is if somebody would pay us on Patreon to read it.
We did say that.
So
it just seems like a really big commitment at this point, because aren't there multiple books?
There are so many. I've only read the first one. The heroine, there's a nurse heroine that's really badass, and I really enjoyed her, but I did not continue in the series. So I don't know, what it's like.
Well, doesn't she go forward in town, and then she's pregnant, and then she goes back, and
and there's all kinds of new generations and stuff. And
nope.
Yeah, I don't know how that.
Nope. I can't keep track of that.
Nope. No, I'm not a big time travel-y person. Books. I'm not. No, I think I read The Time Traveler's Wife, and I was so disappointed in that. I was like, so I'm just kind of. I mean, Doctor Who. Yes.
You don't like to be sad, if I remember. You do not.
No, I do not like to be sad. Although, Stephanie, I had a breakthrough. One of my bright spots this week, as you'll hear, is I have come to the conclusion that I do not like car crash angst. I do not like it. I do not like it, Sam. I do not like it all the way through a book. However, I love the second act breakup. I love it. More angst the better on my second act breakup. And then the grand gesture, fucking love it. So that's, that's the conclusion I came to.
Fascinating. Okay.
I just probably says something about me. I don't know. I'm not going to delve too deep right now.
I think everything says something about everyone,
Yeah. I mean, how we love enemies to lovers. Yeah. I mean,
exactly. Fine. Yeah. I think my therapist just worked that out. Anywho, you will be surprised to know, perhaps, that I did not cast Sam, although I did consider it. Instead, I went with a New Zealand actor from Riverdale. His name is KJ Apa.
Yeah.
And he's hot as hell.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And that might make me a dirty old woman. I'm not really sure. I actually don't know how
he is young. He looks really young. But they make them seem young, and they're really in their 30s time.
Yeah, so right. Yeah, all the time. Exactly. Yeah. Also, they have that money for the skincare.
They got their Jonathan Bailey $60 tubs.
Here I am with my ordinary serums that I just call snake oils. I'm please work.
I gave up so long ago, you guys. I am basically every day getting closer to turning into a swamp witch. And I'm okay. I've just embraced it.
Oh, my mother has said to me, when did you give up? I was Yep.
Mama Ray.
Oh yeah. She's like, I never thought you'd give up. I was like, it's called COVID, okay, bitch.
It's COVID.
Wow.
It's cool.
So
we're coming
supportive.
Back. I know. Yeah. I am in therapy. Yep. Did you? That is actually Veronica's line. I stole it. It's fine.
I stole it from TikTok. So don't worry.
All right. Do you have a Robin that you had in mind?
Oh, I do actually. And so I will preface this by saying that, in the books we learn that she as naturally has dark hair, but she had a mishap and it made her hair white. So I actually picked the Wonder Woman actress. And
Gal Gadot?
Accent is, yes, I'm going to ruin her name, Gal Gadot, I think.
Yeah, I think it's Gadot.
I don't know how to say it correctly. Perfect. Yeah, that's who I picture as Robin.
I get that.
Yeah, I can totally see it.
Yeah.
Totally see it. I can also see her with bright white hair too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she what nationality is she? Her accent is so different.
She's Israeli.
Is she Israeli? I wondered. Okay. That makes sense. I went with the chick. That's not nice.
The chick. This is called the Chick Lit Book Club podcast.
Yeah, that's true. There's a chick in there. I went with the chick who played Storm in the new X-Men Apocalypse. Alexandra
Awesome.
Shipp. She's very easy on the ojos.
I went with why is her name completely escaping my brain? Sarah? Is that her name?
Sarah Hyland?
Sarah Hyland from Modern Family. She's the oldest sister. She plays Haley.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Like she's short, but it's like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like tiny and adorable.
Her eyes are gorgeous, and I can see that.
Yeah.
And Storm has lots of badass points, I feel like. So those are great picks. Any of these awesome women could totally do it.
Oh, absolutely. Now I'm like very excited about Gal Gadot.
I think that's a good one.
Fucking gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Yes.
Would you like to take the next question, madame?
Oh, sure. So we ask all of our authors this because I think it's so fascinating. But what is your writing process like? Do you have like a specific setup that you need, or can you just like write in the car while your kids are like at soccer practice?
So I will say every book I write always starts with two characters arguing about something. And then everything else is just chaotic pantsing from there. And that's always how it is. So I think I write a little bit like a toddler would write. You know, there's like lots of nap breaks and snack breaks. And I throw tantrums when it's not going the way I want. And then I kind of like, you know, shove it all together, cut and paste it like terrible macaroni art and you know, send it to the editor. So that's my process.
I love that. Actually really fine-tuned process. I love the idea of starting with an argument. I think that's so cool.
Especially since, I mean, it does kind of like, that's what your conflict's going to be, you know, like that's, you've already got that big piece taken care of. So yeah, I love it. Oh, hi, Winnie.
Yeah, Winnie's like, she's like, hey, you going to take me outside? No, I'm not. Hi, sorry, lady. I'm kind of busy right now. I'm talking to an author.
She's not taking no for an answer.
No.
Lay down.
So I'll go into the next one. So who are some of your literary influences? Like what was the book that, let's ask that one first, and then we'll go into what book that got you into romance?
So big literary influence would definitely be, are you guys familiar with Diana Wynne Jones by chance? Mm-hmm. A lot of her stuff is considered child fantasy, but she wrote, you might recognize this one, Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So she wrote Howl's Moving Castle and lots of books like it. And without a doubt, Howl's Moving Castle was the first time where I had that moment where I realized I was in love with a pretend person. You know, like, oh my God, I have stuff on Howl and he isn't real. So
no, I'm
a huge influence in my life.
Oh, I can see. And
probably what got me into romance too. The relationship between Hal and Sophie is just so great.
Oh God, that's such a good book. And then the was it Studio Ghibli? Movie of it is too. So is it Studio Ghibli? I think.
Yes.
Oh no, Christian Bale. Isn't he the one who does the voice for Hal?
In the Studio Ghibli one? I don't know.
Although there's a 2004 version. That's the only one I know
of. Possibly. No. I don't know.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know.
Okay.
Could be. He might have done the American, like the English dub. Because on here, I'm not seeing that.
Yes.
Cast.
Christian Bale. I see it.
Got it. Coolio.
Okay.
So what are so that would be what you say probably got you into romance was Howl's?
Yeah, definitely Howl. Thing.
Fair.
Zoom is some. I think I only caught part of that question. Did you just ask me something? Zoom just got fun.
You're okay. You're good. So a lot of authors have like soundtracks, music they like to listen to when they write. Do you have like a playlist for each book, or do you like?
Yeah. So I will say, I'm a social worker, and I think doing that and working in that environment got me used to needing background noise, like needing to have things going on. So I always listen to music when I write. And I would say, so with Heists and Hexes, I listen to a lot of Kayleigh, and I listen to a lot of My Chemical Romance.
Yes.
And so that was that. And then also Lost Boy by Ruth B got in there too, I would say.
Oh,
so
I love that song.
I do too.
It's so good. That makes sense.
Big feelings in that one.
Oh, yes. Many, many big feelings.
And when I was writing Secret Witch, I listened to a ton of Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh
yes.
A lot. That one.
I'm literally not even ashamed that I am much older than her, like almost 20 years older than her. But that girl is talented as fuck.
She has pipes. Like
she does. Also, that album is very good.
It's so good. Yeah.
I'm not even ashamed of it. I'd listen to Driver's License on repeat. I don't care.
Yep.
Totally fine.
Love it.
Yep.
And then another very young person that have the exact same feelings as you do, because I'm so much older than her, is B. Miller. She did I Can't Breathe.
Oh, I love that song. Yes. That's on some of my writing playlists too. Like, I just love her stuff.
I am so old because I had to look up all of these people except for Olivia Rodrigo. I know her, but I was like, I don't know any of these other people.
I will have you know that Kayleigh is actually like my age. So that makes me feel not as terrible. I looked her up while we were talking.
No, I'm at this point now. I just feel like my mom. So it's cool. Dave Matheson Band. All right. You want to listen to that Dave Matheson Band? You mean Dave Matthews? Yeah, I'm going to go listen to Dave Matthews one.
Yeah.
All right.
You did call me Vanessa Carlton one day.
I did. It's never
on the
funny.
Podcast.
Never not funny. Who are some of I'm taking all your questions. Ask your next question.
These are, I would say, these are our questions.
Yeah.
There are certain ones that you and I both put in, but like,
right.
So there are some core ones that like we wrote together.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who is your ultimate romance novel hero? Other than Howell, maybe, because we've already talked about him.
Yeah. So other than Howell, I would say, okay, Mr. Darcy, he's like a given, right? I think we can all agree. He's a given. And then I will say too, so I read all the Bridgertons this past year, like within the last 12 months. And Michael, from when he was Wicked, makes my list.
Michael Sterling.
Yes. And I think with him, it had to be because I think anytime a character is heavily influenced by guilt, I get that. That's so relatable to me. And anytime they're flawed, like Howell is flawed, and anytime they're raped, reformed rakes. All those.
Yes. What is it with the reformed rake? Like, I cannot. It's got to be the enemies to lovers. Like, you just. What is it? Like, what mental illness do I have that makes me like really, really want to be the one woman who makes him change? What is that? Like, that's wrong, like sick and wrong. But like,
but I get it, and I love it too. So
how did you
sickness?
Okay,
how did you feel about Colin? Colin and Penelope's book. I just have to ask because it's my favorite of the Bridgertons, so I have to ask. I'm sure you know this.
Yes, Colin is my favorite brother because he's basically in the background of all the books, getting them all hooked up. Like he's constantly, and I love that about him. Yeah. That he's just being snarky, and he gets all of his siblings so well. He knows exactly what to say to each of them to push them in the right direction. So I loved him. And then it was charming to me that he had no idea that his love was like right in front of his face the whole time. He needed to be smacked in the face with it, obviously. I did enjoy it.
That scene where like he's following her when she's dropping off the letter. Oh, perfect. Love it.
Yeah.
So my next question I'm slipping in is how did you feel? I know this answer, but I'm going to ask it anyhow. How did you watch, which I know you did you watch Bridgerton season 2? And did you care? Did you like it? Because you know how we felt.
Edwina was terrible. And it ruined it for me. And the whole getting all the way to the altar thing. So I liked the beginning and really struggled with the ending of the season. So much.
Yeah. It felt like Edwina in the book is such a great character because she like knows right away. She's like, yeah, I'm not going to marry this dude because these two are perfect for each other. And the fact that like, it was so, she's such a vapid character in the show. I was like, I can't, it was disheartening. Yeah. No. Boy.
Yes. And villainizing her, I didn't like it. I didn't like villainizing poor Kate. I hated that very much. But yes. I know you guys agreed with that too, because I obviously listened to that episode and was like, yeah, agree.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think we've all probably said at this point when she literally called her my half sister at the end.
That hurt.
I was like, this is not the relationship they have in the book. Not at all.
They're so supportive of each other in the book.
They are. Yes.
It was just so unnecessary to insert like a female cat fight into that because it doesn't exist in the book. And I just feel like we have enough of that in the world. We don't need to like, perpetuate that stereotype where sisters fight all the time. I mean, I don't know. I don't have any siblings. So like, I can't speak from experience, but I don't think that we should be perpetuating like the catty girl fight bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. And that's 100%. What I kind of love about the book is because I don't like that generally. Like y'all know I love historical romances, but I don't like that. Like, oh, he's going to, he wants to marry the other sister, but then he like I usually don't like that. But with this book, there's not a lot of angst in it because you find out pretty quickly that there was never a chance. He was never going to be with Edwina. Like, so there's not that like, but in the show, it's like, oh my God, why do we need to drag this out? This is, and because I think Kate and Anthony had a lot of chemistry in the show, which I was like, this could have been amazing. Like, again, but I'd like to bite. I need help. So if you could say like, so if we're saying besides Howells, do you have a question?
No, we can go ahead and let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. Besides Howells, do you have a favorite romance novel besides that?
So beside that one, okay. So I tend to fall in love with whatever I've just read. So this is also the year of the priest kink for me, just like it is for you. I just read Priest and I'm in love with Tyler, like hardcore in love with him. So I would say that's fine. Now, next week, I will read another and that will be my favorite because that's how I am. But right now it's Tyler.
Well, I totally understand that. I also love that both of you are currently undergoing a priest kink.
Well, she helps me with that. That's like
You're welcome.
Because I was like, oh, David, thank you very much. Okay. Yeah. Also, Midnight Mass didn't do me any favors either.
No, did not.
There's a lot of good-looking men on that show. That's the sheriff. Oh God, in real life, that man is gorgeous. I mean, he's good looking on the show too. But anyhow, also the biggest nerd. So, yeah.
I do have Priest on my TBR. One day I will join you both, probably.
Yes.
In the Priest kink. Yeah. I'll message you both when it happens.
Please do.
Don't worry.
I want to ask this question because I love to ask this question. So, what are your desert island picks? Please be aware that the potato is already factored in, as is Harry Styles, as your clone of Harry Styles that everyone gets. So, the potato is there to charge your Kindle.
Yes, I love it. I love that I have a potato. It's hard to think that I have Harry there to sing for me, and then I have a potato to charge my Kindle. And maybe hopefully charge a TV of some kind.
Sure. So
that I can watch whatever my show of choice is, I'm guessing.
Sure.
Powerful, very large potato.
Sure.
So, okay, the show or the movie or whatever would have to be Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Literally the best answer.
Did we just become best friends?
We did, I think. Yes. If you love that show and you get it, then you are my kindred spirit.
Yep.
We bring up John Ralphio on a frequent basis on the show.
Yes. I quote him constantly.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And stand like him. Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I think of a calzone, I immediately think of Parks and Rec, and I immediately think of Adam Scott. So.
Yep. Yeah. And the food poison episode.
Oh my God. I went and ran a 5K this morning. Did you? No, I threw up in the shower. Oh my God. Oh God, the movie. That show is so good.
That show is perfect.
Yeah. So if I had that and I had Harry singing to me and I had no job or responsibilities or children, this is no longer being stranded. This is totally a vacation. And I would be hard to pick anything else. So
I think Harry could probably serve multiple purposes. So
yes.
I think you'd probably be all set. Just gonna take a guess. Sorry, Harry Styles. I'm sure you're listening. An avid listener.
And loves to be objectified. I mean,
yes, I'm sure. We're the worst. We did skip one. Do you have a favorite romance author?
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, it's really hard to pick one. So I would say early on, it would have been Gail Carson Levine and Jane Austen. And then now it is just like my favorite romance heroes. It's whoever I'm reading right now. So
yeah,
totally
whoever just knew, recently, just recently did me. So
do you have like a one-click author? Like, it doesn't matter what they put out, you will buy it.
Oh, so many. So I love Colleen Kayleigh. I will buy anything that woman writes ever. She has some beautiful, gorgeous feminist witches. And obviously, I have a thing for witches, obviously. So
totally
I'll buy anything she writes always. And then I also really like Lisette Marshall, who kindly let me borrow her pen name for Secret Witch. I was just, hey, I'm going to make fun of an author really badly. Are you in? And she was just like, yes, absolutely. Make fun of me shamelessly. Awesome. And I love her. I've read like 6 of her books in the last year. She writes steamy medieval fantasy romance, and it's excellent. So I will buy and read anything of hers ever and always. Probably.
Nice.
And I want to thank you because I did read Subversive. I really enjoyed it. It's good stuff. She's such a good writer. Yeah, agreed completely. It was an interesting time period that she had it set in because it was kind of keeps you on your toes. Because I'm like, okay, is this like is this like the 80s or is it the 90s that set?
So actually, it's a modern setting, but holding back women's rights has made it so that technology and everything else is way behind. So it's actually like 2020, but because they held back women, the whole world is, that's like the consequence of it, I think. So it was really fascinating. Yeah. How she did that, like ultimate history thing.
I love that. That is like, that's pretty brilliant.
It is
also accurate.
Yeah. It's good, and right now it's on Kindle Unlimited, so it's
nice.
Yeah. What's our question?
I love asking that question because then, like, I learn about more authors.
Yeah. So speaking of time periods, so can you describe the time period your novels take place in? Because I'm assuming like all of them, except for and I apologize. I've just purchased Street Witch, so I will be reading that trilogy. My apologies. So that I'm assuming that one comes first, correct?
It does come first, yes.
Right. Yeah. And so, but the other ones are all in the same time period. And so, what would you say the time period this was set in? Like, if you had to like kind of give it we're talking about how there's photography, so there's photos and there's motor cars, but then there's some things that feel very medieval.
Yes. So it's a gas lamp. So you want to my goal is to kind of make it feel like our world, but be a little backwards because there's magic. and how, you know, how much magic messed things up for the world, basically. So, but the time period I shot for was 1880. So Gilded Age, Victorian is very accurate.
Got it.
I would say the Kriegspiel and even Street Witch is very Victorian, but then Robin Hood with all of the like sheriff outlaw stuff makes it feel very Western. So much more.
Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, I love, we're talking a little bit on the episode, talking about like, it feels a little time period wise of like the ambiguousness of like Harry Potter, where you're like, you go into like freaking Hogsmeade and, or, you know, even like Diagon Alley. And it's like, okay, there's some people in like Victorian clothes, but then there's some people in like whatever. Yeah. So that's kind of like how I felt about the time period in the book.
Yes. That's very much of a Gaslamp fantasy thing. Colleen also does Gaslamp, and you had that similar feeling where it's like, okay, where the hell are we? It's historical. It's historical fantasy, but what's going on? And I think that is just a very common Gaslamp thing.
Yeah. But you know that it didn't make me like, I've not read a lot of Gaslamp, but it wasn't disorienting for me. Like I think your world building and the way you describe things is very like, I was grounded. Like I didn't feel lost. I didn't feel like I couldn't place things. I felt like I was totally with it.
Good.
Yeah. No, your world building is like A++. So
yes, very good.
Yeah. Speaking of, go ahead and ask your question.
Oh, sure. Of course. Now I loved the magics in the book, like loved them. And I was just wondering how you came up with the ideas for them.
So
just like something you pictured?
Yes. So the magic, I would say, definitely stemmed from religion, just like the idea of world religions. And I knew that if I'm writing a Gaslamp, I had to have a magic system, and that I very much wanted it to feel like a religious experience and to be unique to each user, because I think that's, if you know, nobody can really agree on religion. Everybody has their own opinion and their own beliefs and culture about it, but we can all agree that it's pretty unique to us. And I wanted them to experience it through their senses. So whether it's smell or sight, and that it would be different for everyone. So that's like the question that I asked, and then I sought about to answer that question with these stories, I would say.
That's cool.
Well, and we all know that the ladies at some point will just overtake all the men, right? Like the witches will just like...
Oh, yeah, definitely. They're working on that.
I mean, because we were talking about it on the episode, we're like, you know, at some point, these ladies are going to rise up. And like, because I mean, they're the ones who have the power.
Yeah. They are much better masters.
Yeah.
Well, I love the magic, so thank you.
Yeah, agreed.
I thought it was super cool.
This is one of those the books that I like, like a magic users, or that I can. It's so descriptive that you can literally, like we were talking about, we can smell the cinnamon. You can see the dandelion yellow. That like, I mean, you did a really great job with it. You did.
Also, for the time of year that we just happened to read this book, or that the book is coming out, obviously. It's like spring and the daffodils are out right now. Like, so for me, like I'm already kind of surrounded by yellow. And then I was reading this book about like a woman whose magic is yellow. And it was just like, I don't know. It just felt fitting for me at this time.
Yeah. Yeah. On to Secret, just because I am obsessed with this book. Will we get more from David and Anna? Because I love them as a couple. I love his grand gesture. I love all of it.
I love them too. So remember when I warned you that I'm a giant pantser, and I swear I have very little control over what my chaotic brain does, but I would love to revisit all of the Kriegspiel couples and do something together with them, you know, when they're in like midlife one day. Love that. Just revisit them and see where they're at. And because it's very rare for there to be a romance with an established married couple. That doesn't happen a lot. No, it's always like meet cutes and first times and things like that, which are great. They're so great. But I would really love to do an established couple conflict. Let's write a romance about a couple that's been around. So
yeah. Well, I would love to have more David and Anna. Oh, well, in the way you had the letters and how the letters kind of like set up each piece that was coming along, and like how you like it was great. It was great, and I love that you come in and it's like they've been married for 3 months and she's pissed. I was like, okay, where are we going with this? Like, where where do you go from this? But it was great, and then I just need a little bit more David and Anna. I'm just saying, just saying.
I love them so much too.
Yeah.
The next Kriegspiel, there are letters too. Just so you know, the next one on now, there are letters, and it's very much a second chance romance.
Two of my favorite things: epistolary pieces and second chance romance.
Oh,
so basically, we already know I'm gonna love this book. Already interested.
We are here for it.
We are here for it.
Good.
Here's another really, really important question.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
What Pride and Prejudice adaptation is your favorite?
This is without a doubt the most important question. And I'm going to tell you, I was prepared for it and thought long and hard about it, because I think I've seen all of them, including Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. I've seen all of them.
Have you seen the Mormon one?
The Mormon one? Wait. Tell me about this one. There's a Mormon one?
Oh, we did a
commentary episode on it. I had not heard of it.
But I have literally, if you were like, hey, is there a random like YouTube series of Pride and Prejudice? I've seen it because I'm crazy. So yes, I own a Mormon version of Pride and Prejudice, and we watched it. It wasn't bad. It's not bad.
It's not terrible. What's it actually called?
Pride and Prejudice, a latter day romance. Yeah,
that's what it is.
It's cute. It's like it is very 2003. It's like the clothes. I mean, it's
and the makeup and the thin eyebrows. It's just all there.
She drives a little like brand new bug. And it's all. But the guy who plays Darcy is adorable. So.
It's not bad, really.
It's not bad. No. But we also watched
I have not seen all of them.
No. Well,
I don't think I've seen all of them either.
We also watched the Pride and Prejudice musical. So
yes,
there's that out there too. So
nice.
Yeah.
I now own it.
Oh, wow. Of the ones that you have seen, which adaptation is your favorite?
Without it, it has to be the Keira Knightley one from 2005. Yes. It's the winner. It has to be. I have really fond memories of the BBC one because my mother and sisters and us, we all really like Pride and Prejudice and watching it. But it's not because it was better. It was just the memories made it. So
yeah. I mean,
of course. Well, also, Colin Firth walking out of that pond.
Right. Yes. It's also 6 hours long. So
it's lengthy.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like I love North and South with Richard Armitage, and it's like I can't be sitting for 4 hours, man. I just gotta watch that fourth episode. Yeah, fourth episode. No, I just watched the fourth episode when like he goes out to Halstead and he comes back and he gets her. It's it's Richard Armitage, but no, it's the same thing. It's like with who's got time for watch 6 hours? I mean. You watch the pond scene? You could watch it on YouTube. Yeah, no, we all did. Oh,
we all did at one point. Recently.
I had on VHS. VHS broke.
Yeah, of course it did.
It didn't happen to be at that like pond scene at all. Never mind. No, but I think everybody is.
How many VHS tapes did that take? 3?
Yes.
Because Titanic was 2.
God, I saw that too many times.
Oh, same. I had the VHS box set or whatever that thing was. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Decisions, life decisions. Now.
Yeah. We made them.
Yep.
We are also on board with 2005 Pride and Prejudice, the Keira Knightley version. First of all, that hand flex gets me every single time. I mean, I will die on that hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. Also, the scene. We'll all die together. We'll all die together. Because I'm gonna say right now that rain scene where he goes into like they're fighting and he was like and he goes in, they're like gonna kiss and then they don't. And I'm like, it makes my world. Love it.
Oh, I love cliches. Give me all the sweet, rot your teeth cliche. Declarations of love in the rain. Only one horse, only one bed. I will never get tired. Never. Love them all.
Absolutely. Yes. Only one bed is never going to get old for me.
Never. No. Except when they ruin it because one of them sleeps on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is frustrating.
Yeah, because
it's always way to do it.
Yeah. Because there's always like, we can sleep together. We can keep our hands off each other. No, you can't. No, you can't. No.
One of you is going to turn into an octopus while you are sleeping every time.
Exactly. And one of us looks like, Math McFadden from 2005's Pride and Prejudice. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna probably bite his butt. Yep. Yeah, bite his butt.
How do we always get back to that? I will say also, if you like the one bed trope and also the reformed rake, I have got to recommend A Week to Be Wicked from Tessa Dare.
Oh, I'm writing this one down.
Oh, I love
good. Oh my gosh.
So good.
So Veronica had been trying to get me to read this for the longest time. And I was like, because I'm in Lisa Claypos land. And I'm like, yeah. And then I fell in love with A Week to Be Wicked, and it was like nowhere. I was gone. And then I'm like, I fell down the Tessa Dare rabbit hole and never came back.
Yeah.
Just that one is like, it's just so good. I mean, it's I think it's like the second book in a 4-book series, the Spindle Cove series.
Yeah.
And they're all good. I've read them all. I think most of them. There might be like one at the end I haven't read, but by far that one stands out as my favorite because Colin is a rake, and like of course he has like a tortured past, and it's just like,
and then Minnie
Chef's
is like
perfect.
Yeah, and Minerva's like this nerdy but like super intelligent,
super nerdy
strong,
but brilliant
geologist. Yeah, yeah, you'd love it. Yep.
It's just so perfect.
Yeah. And the sex scenes are pretty fucking.
The sex scenes are real good. Real good.
Also, A++ on those sex scenes in this book, girl. Holy
Accurate.
God.
You're welcome again.
There was one that of course, we don't spoil anything. I'm obviously on our episode, but one we were like, we couldn't talk about, but we were just like, yeah, that thing that happens with their mouth, with her mouth, and his, pieces and parts down below.
She won't be quiet.
Right. Holy God. So yeah, that was muy caliente.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent job.
Good.
All right. What inspires you?
Hands down, it's people, I would say, more than anything. When I went to college, I decided I was going to study social work and writing because I knew I wanted to help people and I knew I wanted to be a writer. And hands down, I ended up just dumping all the writing classes because all of the social work and sociology and the study of people, even now interviewing people, that's like where my inspiration is, figuring out how people work. Without a doubt, it's people and interacting with other humans that is greatly inspiring to me, I would say. So
that's awesome.
I love that. Especially for writers who are usually like borderline hermits. It's so easy to just be like, I'm going to go into a room for 3 days and not speak to anyone.
Well, I know there's also a trend of like all of these like hermit writers that have to have someone come in and take care of, like help them out with their book. And then all of a sudden they fall in love. So yeah, it's a trope that's happening, guys.
Yeah, that's another one that I am obsessed with is any book about a writer.
Yes, I know this.
I like can't. Yeah. It's just like catnip. Immediately I'm on it. Between the Pages, Amanda Richardson. I've read it multiple times because I just like can't. It's just so good. I have a problem.
I like it. No, I mean we're both in therapy. Anyhow, what are you working on?
We don't hide it. It's fine. I think it's important that we talk about it, actually.
Yep. Talk space. Anyhow, what are you working on now?
So The Widowed Witch of Kriegspiel is almost done, and that'll come out July 19th. So that's what I'm finishing up right now. And then I'm in an anthology It's called Once Upon a Forbidden Desire. And it's
pre-ordered.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm in it with a bunch of incredibly talented authors, and I just feel really honored and flattered to be a part of it. And so I'm really excited about that. And then I'm also working on continuing the A Witch's Ever After. The next one, so there's gonna be 3 of them. There's of Heists and Hexes, and then there's gonna be of Roses and Rituals, which will be a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And then there's going to be a Cinderella one. I love Beauty and the Beast.
Sorry, but I was looking at her face.
Were you looking at my face?
Yes, because Veronica loves Cinderella stories. So.
I do.
Did you read the Bridgerton Cinderella?
Okay. So this is a topic of discussion amongst the two of us. Because she does not want to read. She's not a fan. Ray is not a fan of Cinderella retellings. So
also, I don't like Benedict very much, but that's
yes. So I will read it, and I might read it soon. I have been reading Bridgerton books as we go, like as the new season comes out, so that it's fresh in my mind. But I am very interested to see now that like I've gotten 2 of the books under my belt and 2 of the seasons under my belt. I know now what they were setting up for Anthony in the first season. Yeah. And so I'm interested to see if I read the 3rd book for Benedict, then I'll know like what they were setting up for him in season 2, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I might read it soon, and then I'll let Ray know like how much I think she'll like or dislike.
Well, I told you when you started, tell me and I'll start it. We'll read it together, and it might be a hate read for me by the end. Cause I know what happens, and I'm like, God, why you gotta be a douche about this? So, did you like it, Stephanie?
I did. It wasn't when he was wicked. That's my favorite. Right. And honestly, so it wasn't like my favorite, but I did enjoy it of the Bridgerton. So.
Which one is when he was wicked?
That's
is it Hyacinth? I can't. I'm terrible at names. I think it's Hyacinth, or is it Francesca?
It's Francesca, because Hyacinth is with what's her face's grandson, Lady Danbury's grandson.
Oh,
that's right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Brain.
Think of things. Come on, brain.
No, the brain was like, I stalled it. The thing that's keeping me like interested is Luke Thompson's playing Benedict, because he is very good looking. So
yeah,
he's pretty.
He's
pretty.
Yeah. I sent Veronica a text that was just a picture of him, and I said, okay, I'll do it. I'll read it. It's just a picture of him.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, okay, I'll bite his butt. That's what I thought.
Well, I will do that too.
Honestly, we've already seen it. It's biteable. You know, I mean,
okay. I mean, it's not Jonathan Bailey's, but I mean, we also had like a segment when we first started, which was America's Ass. Like it was so we talked about Chris Evans. So I think
at least once an episode.
Yeah, it's fine. I think we kind of asked this next one already. We actually talked about this one a little bit. But I'll ask it again. If there's, if you could assign like a musical artist or genre to actually each one of your books, what would they be?
So, okay, you're going to have to cover your ears because I know you're not a Taylor Swift fan.
I am. I am a hardcore Taylor Swift fan.
So Veronica is, so she doesn't have to cover her ears. But I would say Ready for It by Taylor Swift of Heists and Hexes. Because, okay, so listen to the words, because I was like, oh my God, I did not consult Taylor before writing this book, but she like accidentally wrote the plot into the song. so listen, it starts out with, I knew I was a robber, first time that he saw me, stealing hearts and running off and never saying sorry. But if I'm a thief, then he can join the heist and we'll move to an island and he can be my jailer. I'm like, there's the plot. There you go. There's the plot.
It is so perfect. You're right. It is so perfect.
Love it. I mean, as not a Taylor Swift fan, I like it. There you go.
Thank you. Oh, good.
I know you're going to sleep easy tonight because I gave you the okay on it.
If you listen to our episode about the stopover, you will be forced to listen to. You did listen to it.
I did.
My entire theory about how he's really Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes, I recall.
I'm going to still like Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still going to like Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's like a John Mayer situation. He's hot as hell, but he's a dick.
Mm-hmm. But you love him anyway.
True. Okay.
Prove me wrong.
So I don't want to fight. Okay. I still think it's funny that my Spotify will I've got it set up so it will not play Taylor Swift at all. It's like, did you?
Okay, I listened to enough for the two of us and then some. So
there we go.
Don't worry about it.
There we go. Cool.
Yeah. Don't worry about it at all.
Nope. So, any other ones that you would put to assign?
Right. So I mentioned B. Miller for I Can't Breathe. That would be Aaron's song. It would be definitely the bathtub scene. The first one that is less fun, not the second one that's really fun. And then I don't remember the artist's name, but I Am Woman would be Anna's song.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. For Secret Witch. I think that she
love it.
Yeah. Has the feminist badass vibes that I think that Secret Witch was looking for. And so those would be the ones I would pick, I think, for them.
I like it.
Love it.
I like it a lot. I love a badass heroine. I'm all about it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We also on the show, I mean, I in particular love fucking, falls hard, falls first hero. And Noah. We find out some things that we didn't know. Yeah. Oh, that little like twist was chef's kiss. Loved it.
Yep.
Again, we did not
we didn't spoil anything.
At all. We didn't spoil it all. So the last question I have for you is the Wicked Witch is in the hero's perspective. Secret Witch is in the heroines, and this one's in the hero. Is there a relevance as to why it's the voicing?
So the reason I pick POV, I do it based on who has the least number of secrets. So if you have a lot of secrets, like David, for example, you're not going to get a POV. I just really like to keep the mystery, and I like the reveal and the twists and the smack you in the face surprises. I just really like that. So that's usually how it goes. If somebody's going to need to keep secrets and be mysterious, they don't get the POV. Except for, I will say, in the next book, they're both going to get one. It's going to be dual.
Ooh, love it.
I love that theory very much.
I do too.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something, I mean, I had to ask it, so I didn't obviously catch it. So I love that. I love it. Do you have any other questions for Miss Stephanie here?
No, because I wanted to also hear that. I was really excited to hear the answer to that question, because you don't read a lot of romance novels from just the hero's perspective.
Right.
No.
Right. And you write well in the hero's voice too. Like I think, and we've talked about it on the podcast before, especially I think we were talking about like when we read like boyfriend material and things like that. Like there's times, it was what was the one? Red, white, and blue, where we're like, it's, I mean, if I was trying to write as a gay man, it would be very hard for me to write, but you write really well as your voicing for your male characters are really, really well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Does your family influence your writing at all?
Oh, absolutely. So even though we have it is well established that Sam is going to play Noah, I posted a picture of my husband the other day, and a reader was like, "It's Noah," and yes, it actually is.
Oh, yay!
I am married to a surly ginger, and he definitely influenced the creation of Noah pretty heavily. So,
I love that.
Oh my God, surly ginger! I love that. I love that.
I love that very much.
And I'd also say in terms of just, the creative process, they definitely play a huge role, because they impact how much time you have to be creative.
Yeah.
And you have to make sacrifices, but I would never make sacrifices with them. So I cut out things like cleaning. Cleaning is trash anyway. So, I have time to create witchy books, but now my house is kind of a scary spider nest as a result, but that's all right.
Actually, that reminds me that yesterday when I was working, there was a spider in a web, like right up in the corner above me, and now I don't see it.
Oh no!
So that's terrifying.
We'll just burn
So
the
now you
house
have to
down.
burn the house down.
Exactly.
I love those videos from like Australia where everything can kill you, and there's always like a video of like there's one spider and then it turns into 1,000 spiders. And I just
Stop it.
just burn it down.
Stop it.
Just burn it down.
Just
Walk
burn the whole
away,
thing down.
Burn it down.
The house is theirs now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is no longer mine. Thank you. Like
This is forfeiture. I mean, truly, like just hand it over.
That's how Spider Island
house.
became Spider Island. That's how it became because somebody was like, "Oh fuck this, peace out. This is yours now. You are queen of Spider Island. Peace out."
I give up.
Yep.
You can have it.
Yep.
I was at my uncle's house today, and for a long time, like 20 years, he and his wife lived in Vegas, and he showed me a coaster that has a giant spider in it.
Nope.
From his neighbor's garage in Vegas.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, first of all, I literally leapt across the room because I don't care if that thing is alive or dead. It's huge and it's anywhere in my vicinity.
Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire.
And I was like, okay, but I do need to know how you got it in there. And he said that his neighbor captured it and then put it in the freezer to kill it.
Do you know that cockroaches, if you put them in the freezer, they still live? You can actually... Fuck me, something just fell. My lights fell. Here. So, here's Stephanie. Enjoy Tom Ellis. Ellis, my stand-up of Tom Ellis in the background. Yeah. But if you have cockroaches in the freezer and they can be in there for months and you unfreeze them and they are alive. Yeah. And then that's why they will be here when the nuclear winter comes. Them and Cher will still be here.
At least they will have good music.
This is true. Because do you believe?
Oh, if only we could turn back time.
And to wear that outfit. Oh, that she wears in that video.
My favorite interview with Cher is when she's telling the story about her talking to her mom. And her mom is like, honey, when are you going to settle down and marry a rich man? And she says, Mom, I am a rich man.
Nice. I guess Sony probably wasn't that rich. I don't know.
Probably not, but they've been divorced for so long.
Well, he's also dead. So.
Oh, that's true. He is.
There's no going back on that one. No.
No.
R.I.P.
It's okay.
R.I.P.D. This is. This is how it is all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware.
Yeah, we've known each other for 13 years, something like that.
A long time.
We used to work together.
We did. That's how we met.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I ask you guys a question? Am I allowed? Is that allowed?
Yeah, of course.
No, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
No, this is a very strict show.
Get out. Interview over.
So, Veronica, you are a writer.
Yes, I am.
So what do you is it books? Is it music? Is it poetry? All of the above?
Poetry. She writes poetry.
I don't like poetry. So I have loved writing. I've always loved writing. Always. But I kind of had like a creative block from it. Like I couldn't like admit to myself that I was a writer. I didn't feel like I could call myself a writer because I just did it in like my free time. But then in my career, like I became a copywriter. So I was like writing blog posts and marketing materials and things like that. And I still do that. I'm still in that line of work, although I do not write as much as I used to. However, I have a blog where I talk about my own anxiety and how I use that and the things that I have found that help me cope with it. And then I also am writing novels. So.
Oh, good. Okay. So I was hoping you would say that because this is my favorite question to ask fellow writers is, do you have a scary first book that you hide in the closet and it will never see the light of day because it's horrifying? And what is it?
Okay, so I have a lot of scary pieces that that would never ever see the light of day.
I've seen some of her stuff and it's good. So
yeah, so the stuff that I will publish, I swear to God, will publish. Ray has read, at least in part. Although I have reworked the beginning, so she's not read like the newer stuff. So in high school and in my early 20s, like I would write just like little things that would come to mind, like how you say that you start with like an argument, like I would just write little scenes that like were playing out in my mind. That those will never see the light of day. I will burn those. Like no one ever needs to read that.
Yes.
Ever.
Some weird ritual that she has later when she's burning it and like dancing around it or something like that.
Yeah. When I publish my first novel, I will then afterward have a huge bonfire.
Oh, can I come over? We do this?
Of course. Yes.
We do shots or something like that?
Yeah.
We'll do shots of that with that really expensive
tequila.
Yes.
We'll have Mexican food.
Yeah.
And drink tequila.
Yep. And also some of that Crystal Skull vodka. Yep.
You know what? It'll be practical magic.
Oh my God. God, have you guys read the book? Have you guys read Practical Magic?
I have not.
I have not.
It's just disappointing because have you sorry. Because the movie is so good. And have you seen the movie, Stephanie?
I haven't.
You have?
Remember, I only see children things like,
When did this come out? It came out a long time ago.
1999, I think, maybe something like that.
1998. So it's, yes, very close. It's Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. And it is so good.
It's I watch it way too many times. But like, I remember watching it and loving it. And then I'm like, I'm going to read the book. And the book is so disappointing because it's not anywhere close to the movie. Like that's one of these instances where the movie is actually better than the book. But yes, it will be practical at one point because there are these two sisters who end up their mother passes away and they're having getting custody. Like they end up living with their aunts who are it's Diane Wiest and what's her face from Grease?
I'm opening it.
Oh, it's Rizzo.
Stockard Channing.
Yeah. And they have a scene where they're all drunk and they're like, all of them are like doing shots and they're dancing around to put the lime in the coconut. Yep. And it is, it's a feel good, like girl power. You'd love it. You would love it.
Yeah. I think you'd really like it because there's magic involved. Like that's not the only reason you would love it, but like, it's just like, I think it's up your alley.
That's kind of all it takes, magic. I'm thirsty for magic. So.
In that same vein, there's a book that like people are always like, dude, what came first? Because they're very close is Garden Spells, which it's about two sisters, very similar. I love Garden Spells. And it's a lot of like what they grow in their gardens, they actually use as like in their foods. And they can actually, there's magical properties in the foods that they make. And I would recommend that book very much. Yeah. So put the lime in the coconut. You've been taking notes. Yeah. So we're going to dance around just like that, get hammered. It's fine. And burn some works.
Yep.
Well, you should old stuff. I think that there's something great about having a really terrible book that you hide in your closet, that no one sees. And so you can think about how much you've grown and learned. And also because there are people out there who have put out first books and they do really well and they're really good. And it makes me want to punch them in the face.
Oh, so sure. I'm
really glad that there are. I think that it's a normal part of the process to have this book will never see the light of day, and it's horrible.
I appreciate that. I really do.
I feel like I have a kindred spirit here. I was like, I don't know how many times a day where I'm like, I want to throat punch this fucking person. So
I want to punch this person in the face.
Yeah, I used to say I had an ex who at one point he's like, somebody makes me really bad. I want to just go for and punch him in the butt because at some point people are gonna be like, "Did you fucking just punch me in the butt?" And you can run away. And I was like, "Yeah, that actually works." I think the same thing with throat punching. I think if you throat punch somebody, you have enough time to get away. Goodbye forever.
They'll be gasping for breath. So yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a violent person.
My husband always tells me to go for the throat. Like if I feel like I am in danger, I should go for the throat.
Do that like a goose, bow, right to the throat.
He's like, because they'll lose their breath. So like you have a chance to get away.
Yeah,
it's really, these are good conversations we have.
Like that Destiny's Child song. Lose My Breath? Isn't that a Destiny's Child song? Sorry, 2003 called, and it was like my college days. And yep, I literally had a mix called
Throw Punch?
Nope. Not gonna say it.
Oh no, you have to.
Yeah, I know. Like,
it wasn't actually mine. It was somebody who was gifted to me, and it was Timothy Bottom's dance mix. And I don't know what Timothy Bottoms was, but I loved it, and it had a lot of Destiny's Child on it. It was gifted to me from my gay best friend. So there you go.
Well, then it had to be good.
It did. It
Let's
did.
Be
it had,
real about that.
It had some Nelly on it. You want to take a ride with me? Anyhow,
Of course.
Yeah. So not that I've just bared my soul to all you.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm gonna throat punch people.
It happens.
Stephanie, we hope that you enjoyed your time tonight. We enjoyed talking to you.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah. I mean, do you have any other questions?
I have just one more question, but this one would be for Ray. You showed me Tom. You showed me Tom earlier.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Lucifer?
Oh, I fucking love it. I'm sorry. I fucking love it. I was not really into it at first. I was like, whatever. And it's surprising because I do like Constantine. I love Constantine a lot. Maybe because it's Keanu Reeves. I mean, I've read some of the comic and I'm like, it's also it's DC, right? Isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's DC. It's not Marvel.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's right. Like, yeah. So it was never like my jam in the first place, but I do like Constantine. So I was like, okay, well maybe I like. And then I watched 2 episodes and I was like hooked, and I sped through them all. And I have relatives who I've recommended it to, and they've said, and it's funny, I have a friend who said the same thing as my relatives were like, I wasn't going to get in, like, I couldn't get into it because you're talking about like humanizing the devil. I'm like, I get it. Like, I totally get it. But I mean, what he's doing in the show to me is because what he's doing is he's issuing punishments. And it's always like, and he's at certain points, like there's a moral sort of fight he has with it. So, I think it's like, I think once people start to watch it and realize that it's not just like, you're not rooting for the devil necessarily, but you're more like, you're invested in this characterization of this, of a well-known figure that we all kind of like, an icon that we're all kind of aware of, and you're humanizing him. And I love the Chloe, detective. I never thought I never thought that Lucifer would be a fucking police, like procedural, but I was here for it. And like all the side characters are great. Like it just, I was okay with the last season. It was like, meh, but I mean, I really loved it. And I mean, Tom Ellis was just, they couldn't have found a perfect, a more perfect person, because he's like, he's gorgeous. Have you watched it then?
Oh, I love it. I've seen all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I think, honestly, I think the woman who plays Chloe is fantastic. I think she's the right amount of like strong female lead. And then there's like times where she has to break down and you really feel for her. And I mean, I thought the writing was great. And there was an episode in particular where Neil Gaiman does the voice of like the narrator. And I'm like, I started getting excited. I was like, that's Neil. Oh my God. So yeah, I mean, like I loved it every minute. Supposedly he's got a romantic comedy coming to Netflix soon.
Awesome. I love him.
Wow.
Love Neil.
Yeah. Oh no, Tom Ellis.
What?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I love you both so much.
Yes. I mean, so here's a fun thing. So the friend of mine who I turned on to Lucifer, she was like, you should watch, what the hell is it? What was he on before? Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to look
the one where he plays a doctor who's addicted to coke.
No, but thank you.
Okay.
No, but I'm going to, I know what you're talking about, but no, not that one.
It was a good show.
Miranda. Miranda is very much, it was hitting too close for home for me. Like I was like, I couldn't. Miranda is me, and I was like, I can't. Yeah, it was a little tough because if you've seen Miranda, like if you see me, you're like, okay, makes sense. Like it was just a little too much. It was a little too close to home for me. So, but he's very good on it. Like I think he's he can play a lot of different parts. I mean, also he's fucking hot.
Yes. He's a beautiful.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh, those abs and that. I'm looking. Actually, I have it pulled up, and it's the one where he's working out and he's got a shirt off, and he's using those like ropes.
I love it when they're beautiful and they're talented. But when they can do everything, it does annoy me a little bit because he can also sing and play instruments. That makes
it's not fair.
A little, although I also love him, so I wouldn't. But
here's one thing that will make you feel better. He literally can't play the piano though.
Well,
really?
Thank God.
So that was a whole like.
That
Oh, okay.
He can't. He can play the guitar. I have heard him sing "Wicked Game" because I think actually we played him singing "Wicked Game" on one of the episodes. Because
you did. That's true.
I need help. But yeah, it's fine. No, so I'm gonna get off my soapbox about Tom Ellis now and Lucifer. Sorry.
Okay, well, then I got one more soap op. I got one more box then. Since you like Neil, do you also like Good Omens? Did you watch Good Omens?
Oh my God. Are you guys best friends? I really feel like you are.
I know. I was like,
you need to exchange phone numbers and just text each other all the time. I mean, truly.
So I have read Good Omens a number of times at this point. I have Good Omens on Blu-ray just so that I could have like the extra deleted scenes. I'm very excited about Good Omens too. I'm gonna rip my heart out. I'm just gonna put it out there is that I am a huge Aziraphale and Crowley shipper. So I thought it was like these two are in fucking love, man. And no one else, because I think actually we there was an episode, didn't I bring it up? I was like, yes. It was like like one of my shipping favorites. I love the two of them together. Love it. Yes, no, I love Good Omens. Yep.
I love
Stevie, do you love Good Omens?
I love Neil. I do too. Neil has done, I love it.
Have you seen Stardust?
So I read the book.
I did too. Oh my God. Yeah,
I do too, though.
You do very much so. It's so good. Ugh.
You guys are kindred spirits.
We kind of are. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just making sure you both know about it.
Yes. I mean, yes. No, there is actually like I think I might have brought it up on the episode I talked about Good Omens where I said Hoser's From Eden is like we talk about perfect songs that work with like From Eden is the perfect Good Omens song. So just putting it out there. I'm very excited about Good Omens too. Also, I mean, like it's David Tennant. I mean, how could you not fucking love David Tennant?
I love he's my favorite Doctor Who. Without
Agreed. I mean,
are we sure? Are you guys the same age? Maybe you were separated at birth. It's possible. I'm not ruling it out.
I know I'm probably older. It's fine. It's fine.
You guys can talk about that offline.
We can't.
It won't make you talk about your ages on the
Everyone knows how old I am. I see it on the reg.
I know, but like I'm not going to force author to be like, how old are you? Like,
I wouldn't. No.
We're not doing that.
No.
I've already shared that I'm a swamp witch. There is no. I've ripped that Band-Aid off much earlier in this episode. I'm 35, so.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, you're 2 years younger than me.
Yeah.
I might be 2 years younger than you, but I promise you I'm actually older than you. I'm a swamp witch. I
don't know about that. I'm like that lady who likes to bring her knitting everywhere. So I don't know. Like
I did too. I never finish anything though. It's all just a mess.
Yeah, I know. I have at least 3 things started right now.
Yes, oops. I hear that. Mm-hmm.
I've had a blanket, like a bedspread that I've like, cause I crochet, I can't knit, that I've had for, I don't know, 3 years now. I'm like, I'm gonna finish that. I'm gonna finish it. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
At some point, the dog's probably going to eat it, so it's fine.
Just make it a dog blanket. Just finish it wherever it is and give it to the dogs.
Luna has a dog blanket at Mom and Dad's, so yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's asleep right now. Bucky S. Barnes is asleep.
Bucky S. Barnes. Bucky Sebastian
I'm,
Barnes.
Yep, he's. You can't see him because he's behind the microphone. Anyhow, let's let this poor girl go to bed because now it is 10:30.
It's about that.
Yeah.
I did not hear any children.
You're right. Either Mr. Steph just jumped right on them right away. I just got lucky. One or the other.
Wow. I'm pretty impressed. Regardless of how it happened, I'm impressed.
Same.
Mr. Veronica came downstairs at like 9:30. He was like already done. And it's funny because I was literally texting him at the time, like being like, I don't have the monitor with me. I'm pinging you. Like, because, wake up, like, don't fall asleep in our daughter's bed and be there until like 11 o'clock at night. And then I heard something behind me. I took an earbud out and I was like, is that the dog or is that? But then I heard like the gate open and I was like, oh my God, he's already down here. That's fucking impressive.
Don't do such a good job because you'll be doing it all the time.
Yeah. Careful. Careful how good you are at that. No, he actually, Mr. Veronica he really is like, I got a good one.
You got a good egg.
I got a good egg. Otherwise we would not be having this discussion right now because I just wouldn't have him.
The same.
All right, Stephanie, thank you so much for taking the time with us tonight. We obviously loved your book. Thank you so much for trusting us with it. I mean, you already got Ray in as like someone who will read all of your books, but like you've gotten me now too. So we just really appreciate you taking the time to be with us. And we hope that you're not a stranger.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yeah, anytime. I really enjoy your show. I find you both to be charming and funny. You same. You have a fan in me. I plan on continuing to listen.
Oh, thank you. And now that we're like best friends forever, so
yeah, apparently.
Apparently, yes. I didn't know that I had another sister, but I do apparently. So
right. So when Good Omens comes out, we be talking, girl.
Oh my
God. We're talking. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're watching that live.
We'll have a tweet along. Don't worry about it. We'll have a tweet along. Don't worry.
Yes.
You guys can like be on Zoom together and just like mute yourselves.
Yeah.
Like you can have a watch party together. Isn't it on Amazon? You can have an Amazon watch party together.
Oh my God, we could.
Yep.
Just throwing it out there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me and for giving me a platform to kind of pimp myself out there because it is.
Absolutely.
And I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate you doing this whole new author month thing. That's fantastic. So.
We're happy to do it, and we want you guys to get the rec that you deserve, because there's enough out there that I think we said before. There's enough out there that people that maybe books I'm like really, and there's other ones that are like fantastic that like don't get the bump that we want them to get. So that's what we're doing it for.
Really appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
thank you so much. And we're back.
We're back. Thank you, SL, for speaking with us.
And for tolerating us. Just in general.
In general.
In life and in our interview.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you, as Ted Lasso would say. We are a lot. And you know what? If you don't like it, find less.
Yep. On the Ted Lasso front, I'm very upset that there have not been any set pictures yet. I'm like waiting with bated breath.
You know what I'm upset about? The fact that Ted Lasso keeps trending and yet there is no update.
True story. Yeah.
Like, you are rude, Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't cock tease me with possible pictures of Jason Sudeikis with that beautiful mustache of his. Please don't.
Ride it like a jet ski.
Right, like a handlebar. I even get excited
for that show to come back.
Oh my God. The commercial he does for TurboTax, I even fucking love that. I'm like, I don't care. It's fucking TurboTax. Which,
I don't think I've seen it. I'll have to look. Oh, I did my taxes. Boom.
I did mine today too. I have a website. Well, I don't know if you guys. I don't think it'll work for you guys, unfortunately. We'll talk off air. How to get your tax.
Singing the song of their people. They're fine. Please.
I know she's 17, guys. I mean, she doesn't know where she's at. She can't hear nor see. I don't know. Although when I go in and bring her food and clean out everything, she seems to like know where she's at. I don't know. That cat's gonna live another 5 years. I love her
until they were like 20.
Well, she's 17, so yeah. And every time I go in there, she's like, looks like she's putting on weight. I'm like, okay, poops everywhere, but I also need to give her a bath because she stopped cleaning herself.
Oh.
So I had to use like dry shampoo on her. Now she just looks like this this ball of matted hair. I mean, once I wash her, it'll be fine. Like usually actually use water, and I think at this point she will probably let me because she doesn't seem like to put up a fight as much as she used to. So it's just doing it, putting on gloves, putting armor on.
Okay.
Those leather braces that they use for like. Yeah. Yep. Anyhow.
Super fun giving cats baths.
Nope. All right. Let's talk a little bit about what we are reading and what we are listening to.
Yeah. What have you been reading this week?
Well, I read Mark by Words by E.L. Koslo.
Which has sparked an entire discussion between this podcast and E.L. Koslo.
Which I love every fucking minute of. I'm not going to go too much into it because I'd rather you guys read my review, which is on the website.
And it's very funny. Very funny.
I try. Also, it has coined the term...
Ray invented a word.
Yep. Erotonomicon. Which is the erotic Necromonicon. Say that 20 times fast. Drunk.
Put it on a shirt.
Trademark this girl. Okay. So I'm just going to say it's the second in the word series that she has. And I wrote a review on Foreplay by Words, which we both read and we really liked. Both are extremely hot. So it is... And we understand the next book in the series is going to be like
even dirtier.
Yeah, the Mount Vesuvius of hot.
Yeah, and it's going to be called Bound by Words, I believe.
And we are assuming there's some bondage. Not assuming, we know there's bondage in it. There's some.
We've had discussions.
It has progressively. These have gotten progressively more
kinkier.
Explicit. Yeah, kinkier. Yeah.
And
because the first one was explicit. Yeah, no, it's one thing I'll say about EL is that she researches the shit out of stuff, and I appreciate that. Anyhow, so I read a lot of books these past few weeks. I mean, I needed. What I'm going to have to do is put a post up about all, because there's so many I can recommend. I would be here all night. So the one I'm going to recommend that I really enjoyed. I'm here all night. I'm here all week. Is Parks and Provocation by Juliette Cross in the Smarty Pants series, Penny Readiverse. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you a little bit about this one. You'll know why I'm recommending this one. So, Lola Landry has a podcast. Lola Landry comes back to her hometown and somehow gets of Green Valley and gets in a situation to which her high school nemesis has to get her out of, and he wants repayment of a date. Lola Landry happens to have a podcast to which she rates dates that she's been on, first dates that she's been on. So, Jedediah Lawson, who I believe is in, the second in the Ranger series. I think. I can't remember. He's not like the hero. He's like a side character. Adorable. He's like one of the best heroes. It's false. He's been in, I'm not ruining anything. He's been in love with her since high school. And the only way he could say that he loved her was to pick on her. And you find out there's a reason, and not in that way where, not the one we say, no. It was like she says something to him. She gets really defensive. So he kind of he snaps at her, and so like it's kind of like you can't come back from that. And
it's very Nico and Elizabeth.
Yeah, but he's like again, not to spoil because this happens. You find this out pretty early. Is that he asks her to prom, their senior prom, but she had heard his friend like making fun of him about it, and so she thought it was a joke, and it wasn't. And he just like but he's turned out to be. I mean, he's just one of the best heroes. He's amazing. So it's just it was hard for me because like they're like all of 25 years old. So you're like, yeah, okay. Are you this in depth at 25? I don't know if you've had the. It's tough.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, you got the enemies to lovers, which doesn't last too long. But,
oh man.
What about you?
The cover. I like the cover a lot, like that burlap look.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
I was really impressed with her writing. I thought it was, for I don't know how many books she has. I looked on her website. I think she's only got a couple. So I was impressed with her writing. But yeah, It's only this is the first one in this. Like there's so many Smarty Pants books that I don't even know at this point. Like. I added one on our list, so when we ever get to our list again.
Right, I know. We've really deviated. She has a lot of books out, though, Juliette Cross.
Oh, does she? Nothing in this Smarty Pants.
Oh, yeah,
first Smarty Pants, yeah.
She writes, it looks like she writes a lot of paranormal romance.
Yeah.
Dragons, which is fine.
Yeah.
Amy Penza came out with dragon books. Okay. So what am I reading? All right. So because do I have ADHD? We're not sure. So anyway, I started reading Staying Selfless from Liz Tomford. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, it doesn't show up well on my Kindle app. I have to actually read it on my Kindle because for whatever reason, the text is really light and I can't read it.
Oh, okay.
Not easily, anyway. Mm-hmm. So, out of impatience, I ended up starting a book that I downloaded a long time ago that was free from Jolie Vines. Like, her entire Wild Scott series was free for, like, a week or something.
Oh, you told me about that one. Okay,
yeah, I did. So, this is the Lionheart is the third book in the Wild Scott series from Jolie Vines. I just wasn't like feeling it when I finished the second book, but I was like, why not? So I started it and it was very good. Very good. Very much enjoyed that. And then in the meantime, I was surprised the other day we got an email from Greer Rivers because we are on her ARC team for her Conviction series. Mm-hmm. But she wrote a novella with Kayleigh King, I think is her name. Damn it. Yeah, Kayleigh King. Called Catching Lightning. And that was like, I think in a Halloween novella series, like download this for a couple bucks or free or whatever with Kindle Unlimited, and you get like 12 novellas or whatever. So they basically turned that novella into a full-length novel. So Catching Lightning is coming out on April 20th, and I knew it was coming out, but I wasn't like focused on it. And then she sent her entire ARC team Catching Lightning, basically because she has no chill. And, like, she was like, you don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to, like, fill out forms or anything. Like, here's Catching Lightning. If you want to read it, please read it. And it would be awesome if you'd write a review, obviously. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And I will absolutely read it because it was a real hot novella. And it's a sports romance, but it's also college romance. And from what I can tell from the blurb even, they've like dug into the characters and legitimately made it a good full-length novel as opposed to like just, hoping to turn 150 pages into 300. Like, it looks like they did some character development. So anyway, I'm pretty excited about it. You know how I feel about sports romances. Well, anywho,
that being said, I have a recommendation for you.
What? Tell me.
One of the ones I read was a soccer romance, and people were upset because it wasn't like Colty. I was like, okay, well, I mean,
nothing's going to be like Colty.
Colty, exactly. It's an enemies to lovers. I liked it. Like, it had like middling reviews, but it was called For the Win: The Perfect Play Series, Book 1, Sarah Ryder, and it's two rival captains of Major League Soccer teams in Seattle. So you've got the girls and the guys, and they do like a battle of the sexes. And Lainey is like starting her career, and Gabe is ending his career. And it's I liked it. Like, a lot of people had a problem with the from reviews. A lot of people have had a problem with the heroine. I thought she was great. I very strong-willed, like, but I mean, what you'd have to be to like be a professional athlete. Like,
yeah, of course.
I liked it. It was the ending's kind of corny, but I thought it was cute.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. There's not a huge big second act breakup. There is, but I mean, it's kind of corny, but it's fine. But I thought you might like it.
All right, I'm into it. It's on my list.
All right, do you have anything that you're listening to?
Nope, just trying to catch up on Knowledge Fight.
Coolio. I do have an announcement. So, B3 is going on the road. Kidding, we're not doing that. No,
going on tour.
We have no live dates. No. We are guesting on another podcast. So we're next week. So I would assume it'll come out the week of this coming week. So it'll come up. I would assume that next week. We are in the Ta2Squid Podcast. He does like a whole bunch of different things. Like, it sounds like from what he asked us to be on it, and Ween was kind of nervous, I think, because she's like, I don't know what we're going to talk about. I'm like, it's going to be there's going to be 3 people talking about whatever, because like. And I've listened to some of his episodes, and that's kind of what it's like. He brings people on like different podcasts, like some like pretty well known podcasts. So I'm pretty excited. And they just shoot the shit for like literally an hour, and they're about wrestling and horror movies. I mean, he's bringing us on mostly to talk about horror movies, but yeah, so we're pretty excited.
How did you not tell me this prior to this moment?
I forgot about it. We set it up like months ago. Well, I did. We did. We set it up like months ago at this point. So yeah,
that's so exciting.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Well.
Yeah. I mean, we were very excited. We just hit 100 Twitter followers, so you know we're getting there.
Listen, this is a labor of love, and we all know it.
Yeah, we had a really interesting. If no one has heard our April Fool's, I just ruined it.
Oh man,
we had an April Fool's Day episode, which I found I was pretty impressed with myself for coming up with the trick that we do. All
right,
so,
well, I will listen and still probably be surprised.
Yeah,
because I have Swiss cheese brain. Anywho, all right, so let's talk about what we're doing next.
Okay.
We are going to participate in Asian Heritage Month. Celebrate. Thank you. It's getting late. Celebrate Asian Heritage Month, and that is May. So, and shockingly, that's when our next episode comes out. I understand how we are so close to May.
These are how dates work.
This is how time works.
It's a flat circle.
It is indeed. So we're going to start May with The Duke Who Didn't by Courtney Milan. And then we're actually going to do an ARC for Circling Back to You by Julie Tao. Tieu.
I would say either two.
Anyway, that book comes out in July.
We'll learn how to say it by the time we read it.
We'll learn how to say it. But anyway, that book comes out in July. And so we're going to be posting that early, but we'll repost it when it comes down to it. Because June is Pride Month, obviously. We will be starting Pride Month we got an ARC for an Alexis Hall book, which is coming out on May 24th. And it's called A Lady for a Duke. So we will be posting like a written review early, but our episode will come out on the 31st of May. And then we have not chosen the rest of our Pride Month books yet. We're hoping that Lee would love to come back, but we'll see because he's also going to be joining us for husband material in August. July.
I don't think you guys could get, like, you can't get enough of Lee.
No.
I think there's, like, no one gets tired of Lee.
No one gets tired of Lee.
No. No one puts baby in a corner and no one gets tired of Lee.
Exactly. It's like the 4th and 5th laws of physics.
Yeah. Also, you don't talk about Bruno.
You don't. Okay. 6. July is finally going to be Penny Read month.
If everything works out correctly.
If everything works out, because we really want to do Folk Around and Find Out, which is the second book in the Folk series. We did Totally Folked before. So provided that it comes out when it's supposed to in June, we really want to do Folk Around and Find Out, and then we'll do Hermit and the Hooker, which is the first
which
one
is
of the
about rugby. Yes, it's about rugby.
It's about rugby. Okay.
Not Pretty Woman.
Yeah, because it's not a Pretty Woman reprise.
No.
And then that's all we know, you guys. That's all we know. Yeah. We still have to pick the rest of our Pride Month books. We're hoping to find a female.
Yeah, because we have not done one of those yet.
We have not. So. If you have any suggestions, please let us know.
Yep. Where to find us? So we have a fucking website, guys. It is up. It's not up to date. I was like, it's up to nope. It's not. It's not. Trying, guys. I'm trying to get YouTube and fucking the website. We have a YouTube, guys, and it's blowing the fuck up. For some reason, Rhodes is like over 500 listens. Okay, you guys. That's also the one we get the one down vote with. The one whatever. Dislike, whatever. You know what? Dude. I don't want to be friends with you anyhow. Who you dislike Rhodes anyhow. Yeah. We also have some fucking merch, man. The merch is connected to our website, so you can find it there, but you can also go to chicletbookclubpodcast.threadless.com, or just go into Threadless and look us up. I think actually you need to look up CLBC. Twitter is at Chicklet Podcast. TikTok is Chicklet Book Club. Pinterest is Chicklet Book Club Podcast. Email is chicletbookclubpodcast. I started getting dry there. At gmail.com. Instagram is Chicklet Book Club Podcast. Our YouTube is our fucking YouTube. Find it. Just put us in. You'll find us. Facebook, you just fucking who the fuck cares about Facebook anymore? Anyhow,
I hate it. I'm sorry, we do have a group, but I absolutely hate it. We don't do anything.
Do we even use it?
No,
we don't. No,
we don't.
No. And our Patreon, and we are moving closer on our Patreon.
We really are moving closer on our Patreon.
We have some collages to post, but we need to find out what is going to be on each level to be able to post them. We have some ideas. Yeah.
Sorry, guys, we have jobs.
We do.
That take up time.
Yep.
Anywho, I think we did it. I think we accomplished this.
We did. I'm doing the Rocky. Yes.
Standing at the top of the steps.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Do. All right. Hey, Ray.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Vanessa.
It's never going to not be funny.
No. Yes, Veronica.
How do we end this thing?
In the most annoying way possible.
Bye.
Bye. You know, I just also realized we didn't tell people how much we raised for fucking charity either.
Wait, I didn't count it up when we have to count it up.
I was rounding up. I was just going to round up.
Up?
I was rounding up on my side, but yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll post it.
So,
we're the worst.
Bye.